What's up, Extra Butter listeners? On today's episode, we are at the season finale of the Butter Boys Best of 2025 movies, wrapping things up with Sinners, the, of course, 2025 movie horror action starring Michael B. Jordan and Josh Allen's wife, Haley Steinfeld. We are running the triple threat pod tonight as our boy Big Trav Jack is out in Las Vegas. You'll find out why he missed the pod later on when you guys get into the episode here. We also give you guys a sorrowful but yet joyful football update as we move into the end of the first round of the playoffs where a couple teams have been eliminated, one moving on to the divisional round. Give you guys another losing parlay and give our predictions for not only this round but potentially the Super Bowl as well. We've got some gears to grind. Hypotheticals might be out there. Some of them might be legit. You'll have to listen to that portion of the podcast to find out. And, of course, some Oscars to give, as well as an update on movies that we're upcoming to see, changing plans for yours truly right here for what's going to be happening on Martin Luther King Day on Monday. So, guys, every episode is live on Spotify, YouTube, Apple Podcast, and Amazon Music, and we're always posted on Instagram and X, the Everything app. Everything happens on X. Clips, updates, movies we're going to do that week, and the day that they drop, we want you guys to watch. Before you listen, we want you guys to watch long, give us feedback. Did we miss something? Is there something that we loved that you hated? And what series should we do next? Because we're in the finale episode where we do have a new spin on the wheel. No pun intended there. Might not even be a pun, but, that's a common phrase I wanted to throw at you. But a new spin on the wheel at the back end. New idea, always looking for stuff that's new. So let us know, comment, like, subscribe. Taylor Luan, my man, unsubscribe, resubscribe. Enjoy the episode. Season finale. Series finale, Sinners 2025, Michael B. Jordan coming at you right now. Critter, roll the tape.
Extra, extra butter on the corn for me. Extra, extra butter. I hope they don't charge a fee. But it won't matter anyway. I got a good movie to play. I'm gonna ask my friends to stay extra butter for me.
This is episode 40. Kind of crazy. And the Packers and the Eagles have been eliminated from the playoffs. I will start things off and let you guys kind of take it from there. Niners 23, Eagles 19. Season from hell is over. I think after as many days as we've had since the game, the best way to sum up the season.
Whoa. Winners go first, Brendan.
Never have gone first ever in the history of the podcast.
After I said that, I realized I was wrong.
Yeah.
But I did think it was winners first. And then
I had like a slight inclination
I
that you might be joking, then I remembered it was you and knew that it was probably you.
It's 100% possible.
That's why I said I'd go first since you guys played each other.
Take your time, Brennan, on that note.
I think it's Romeo Cornell. I could be completely off on who said this, but the Eagles are who we thought they were. And
Dennis
the
Green.
Niners, Dennis Green.
Dennis Green.
And the Niners didn't let him off the hook, thank God. It was bound to happen. Very, very unfortunate season. I know they made the playoffs. They won the division first time back-to-back, however many years, whatever. They won a lot of games just based on talent. I mean, you win the turnover battle 2-0, and you still lose kind of in a position. It was kind of a good weekend of playoffs. I think almost every game came down to the final possession. Outside of Pittsburgh, Houston, and New England and the Chargers. But yeah, I mean, it's frustrating, but we won the bowl last year. I get to watch the playoffs stress-free now and just enjoy football. Because there was maybe 2 games this year that weren't just an absolute just taking years off my life. Every game, watching the same shit, different pile over and over again. So yeah, I mean, they fired Patullo, I don't think they use the terminology fired, but he's gone. We'll be in the market for an offensive coordinator. A lot of guys will be free agents. But I have always had every ounce of faith in Howie to figure out how to get the team back to being competitive. Not that they weren't competitive, but the necessary changes will be made. The guys we don't resign, I'm sure he'll pay the guys that are crucial to the team. Always have been. We've drafted well over the last several years, so sucks, but it's you get yourself hyped up in the playoff starts. You got a chance to win the Super Bowl, and then you watch the game again. You're like, this team never had a prayer to win the Super Bowl.
Yeah, but if you think about it, man, like you guys have had so many OCs over, the last even 5 years.
This will be Jalen's 11th play caller in 11 years going back to Alabama.
Yeah. And the fact that you're still in the playoffs, you just won a Super Bowl, you were just at a Super Bowl before that. You have had a crazy successful streak while swapping out key components.
Yeah, it's like, I don't remember the phrase I'm looking for, but like, what bad football has been like. Lions fans they turn around. Like, a lot of these organizations have seen bad years. We haven't had many in my lifetime, and it's because of Howie Roseman, because of Jeffrey Lurie. They just are always looking to be competitive. So yeah, I mean, it's bitching about getting eliminated in the playoffs. There's a lot of teams that haven't been in the playoffs in a long time or very rarely make it. We're consistently in there. Frustrating end, very talented team, and just didn't have the juice this year. So I'm excited to talk more playoffs, give predictions. I will say, before passing the ball to you guys, just on the topic of predictions, I went 3-3. Geese went 2-4. Chris went 1-5, and Trav went 5-1. Only missing on the Birds. So fun to look at it now from I don't care perspective. Obviously, just being a good pal. The Bears, the Patriots for my brother, Broncos fans out here and living in Denver, and some buddies. Like, you got some teams that you can kind of pull for, but really don't care. Want to see good football. Push for the Bears, like my fellow Bears fans had pushed for the Eagles in years past, and but it'll be stress-free for the first time in 6 months. So Saturday and Sunday will be fun. But yeah, Birds lose. We're on to 2026, 2027. Don't remember the final score, but Packers, Bears win.
31-27?
Sounds about right.
25
like
points in the fourth quarter?
Crit. Losers go first.
Yeah, no, we still don't know if Matt LaFleur is going to be back. I was like looking to see if some news hit today. And while you were talking about you needing an OC and all this, I was just like, has that ever been done? I know a head coach has been traded, but has he been traded for a demotion? You might have.
I feel like that's happening.
I don't want that. I want him to have his chance at redemption, and then some. Hopefully, I know that there's quite literally a civil war happening in Packer land about getting rid of him or not. This guy's not fucking falling, people. Quarterback had 4 touchdowns, kicker missed, field goals all year. And just the way a playoff game can take your whole season and sum it up into one 60-minute ball game is crazy. Like, you don't finish, you can't kick field goals, you can't stop when you need to get a stop. Like, it just all happens in one game. And as a Packer fan, we've been blessed with getting to the playoffs, and I'm never going to complain about that. But how many, like, there's so many scars on me from 2014, an onside kick away from getting to the Super Bowl. I think we were playing San Francisco, maybe 2019, 2020, 2021, whatever it was. Whenever we played San Francisco, which we always lose, it was a basically 10-3 ball game or something, and then we get a punt blocked, and then they kick a field goal to beat us, and it's just year after year, just pain and suffering in the playoffs, nonetheless. But I don't want this to be a rivalry shifting thing. I don't want us to just fall off the wagon. That's probably what I'm worried about most, is if we cut ties with Matt LaFleur and we bring in someone else, and then all of a sudden there is no rivalry again.
We start kind of like Steelers and everything.
Yeah, and like there's no
consistent.
I mean,
now.
Yeah, I don't want that to happen. It just sucks, but
you're not. You're on team. You're on team Matt LaFleur.
I'm on team getting him an extension, giving him a chance to get redemption, and on the handshake, I don't have any problem with it. Whereas the media was just like taking it and running with it, like thinking it's a big deal.
It was funny. It was not a big deal, man. Like,
no, it's not. He's just shaking his hand. He's too busy trying to celebrate with his team, which rightfully so. But
now hold on. Those guys, LaFleur, McVay, they do not like him. Like that is a known.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, yeah, they don't. Like I don't either.
Yeah,
but like I'm not gonna say the handshake is like.
It's expected. It's not
right.
Deal.
It's the rivalry. Like that's the like I was listening to Big Cat and he was like, that's the point. And if you think like if you're upset about that, like you're a loser.
Yeah.
It's like that's how it should be. And the fact that we actually were able to have it this year, granted it went towards the Bears, but you never know the future seasons, you know? To have that energy it makes football better.
Well, and like the fans of any losing team like ours and like the Packers and the other teams that lost, you got to look for something to bitch about.
Right.
Y'all bitch.
Mine's special teams. It's always been, it's like basically.
It's always special.
Basically was special teams like the whole year. Now our defense like
sucks too. So.
Well, yeah, our kickers have, missed extra points, missed key field goals to where Matt LaFleur doesn't want to use them. And then we lose a football game, and whose fault is it? Matt LaFleur's, because he doesn't kick a field goal. And I know I've said on the pod, like, let's just try to kick a field goal. Well, that doesn't effing matter because we left 7 points on the board against the Bears. And his reasoning for not using them in certain regular season games kind of makes sense. Like, but at the same time, like, make a change. Like we could have made that change with Bisaccia last year. And every change he's made has been kind of a year late. But I'd love to give him another year. But you can't give him another year, like an extra year of an extension, because then that's just like putting us in the same spot as this year. You have to give him 2 years, and if he fails, he fails. But I'm not on the whole need to fire his ass.
2 year, like 2 more years. Like I feel like he's shown who he is.
What do you mean? Like, don't give him anything at all? Because we are
like a 1 year extension. I think is fine, but
but then we're right where we're at.
I mean,
right where we're at this year.
So be it, though. Yeah,
huh? I don't think coaches take 1 year deals.
Right. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like our president said he doesn't do lame duck years or coaches or GMs. So our GM is also on the same deal. So what, you give them a year extension and they're right back at the spot next year? I'd rather just give them 2, 3.
Yeah, they don't.
Whatever.
That's more of a player.
Fails, it fails.
Coaches don't get one.
I know the players like Matt LaFleur.
He could go somewhere else and get more money and more years if they were going to.
He's going to be a hot commodity. Atlanta would hire him in an absolute heartbeat.
Yeah, he would be hired immediately. He would be if
that's what I'm saying. Like a trade would be possible, but
you could trade for Mike Tomlin.
Mike Tomlin stepped. Well, I guess he might be under contract.
He has to be traded for.
Rodgers come back, play with Matt LaFleur for 1 more year.
Trade Matt LaFleur for Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers and a couple picks.
Yeah, and then then we'd have a quarterback controversy in Green Bay after week 3.
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, no, it sucks. I mean, glad to have the rivalry back. I just don't want us to like think the sky's fallen and make rash decisions, because I know there's a lot of players that like Matt. So And if you cut those ties, then you might as well cut ties with the players on the team too. Not all of them, but some of them.
You're talking to a guy who won the Super Bowl last year, and Sirianni was in the hot seat. So, like, it's you lose, somebody's taking blame. Like, you're not going to fire the guy who's been to the playoffs every year. He's been a head coach and has been to 2 Super Bowls and won a Super Bowl. But you lose a game in the first round, and you hire your friend for the second time at offensive coordinator, the fans are coming for your head. So, it's like Matt LaFleur is a good enough coach. He should not be fired. You're in a position right now where it's like, oh, we're in the same spot we were. You got so many injuries. Like, what do you think it's Matt LaFleur should be fired?
That's a good point.
Like,
but if we were in this, if we didn't have
like
those injuries,
at the same time, injuries really didn't matter. Like you saw,
if we had Micah Parsons, that would have mattered.
Yeah, but you had the score in the first half. Like there's no reason to fall apart.
We didn't have the defense. Like I'm just saying, we have Micah Parsons and we have those points. It's a little bit more difficult for you guys to make that comeback because of the pass rush. But
when you got Caleb Williams, the pass rush don't matter.
You've only had to play him once so far. So, and that ended in a Packer W.
Good point.
That's all right. Go ahead.
That was
early
your
shit,
in the
bud.
season.
Fall on your shit, quitter.
I'm not gonna a quitter.
You did quit.
I did not quit.
He was the least optimistic out of the group.
I was definitely not optimistic, but you know this team
7 to 8 times. You gotta have hope.
Yeah,
you have to be optimistic.
6 times. It is now 7. Right, but I can still be upset about first half. What was it? 21-6?
6-7.
It was 21-3 at one point.
Yeah.
Right. So I mean,
it was 21-3 a half.
Regardless of them
24-3,
coming back, like to expect them to come back and win that is you're definitely going to be down on your luck. And I wasn't that negative about it. I was just like, this is already not good.
Yeah, it wasn't.
But no, what Crit said about how a playoff game just combines your entire season into 60 minutes, like for both teams right there, it's like the just coming back from that deficit, completely, shutting down the run game, going for 2, 4th and 8, like just insane plays that they hit in the whole season. You're like, how does this keep happening? And had it again. So that's really it, man. We played out of our minds in the fourth quarter.
And you got the Rams on Sunday, correct?
Sunday, 6:00, Sunday Night Football, Bears, Rams in Soldier Field. Temperature's supposed to be like 7 degrees. I don't know what the real feel is, but
the wind's going to be howling like it was.
It's at 4:30.
It is right now, right here in Colorado. It's going to be whipping up there.
The game's at 4:30, not 6. 6
what?
Or 5.
Man, damn it,
Where's
Brennan.
the night game?
There is no
I swear to God.
No, last week you're like, I just took a 3-hour nap during the first playoff game. I was going to hope the same thing was going to happen. He's going to wake up and it was going to be halftime.
That's the time to tune into the Bears.
That's true.
I thought that would be a 6:00 game just because.
No, there's no night game. 1 o'clock.
It's a weird Sunday night football.
Yeah,
I'm not usually in this position to care about it, guys. This is fresh water for me.
Yeah, that'll be good. I think you're going to have to score a lot of points.
I am very, very nervous for our defense. The Rams may score on every possession.
I might take Puka Nacua 150 plus yards.
I might take him for 2.
I thought about that.
Split it.
Crazy.
Or split it with.
I think I might just ladder his yards, like whatever it's at 100. Take it at 100. Take it at 110.
Dude,
take it at 130.
He's definitely over 100 yards. I don't know. Like we could completely shut him down. I'd be shocked. There's no way.
He is the guy. He is the
Especially with Devontae out there, we don't have those dudes.
I would say he's probably the worst matchup for you guys in the NFL because he is the guy that will run across the middle of the field, and I think that's where they struggle the most. Like Devontae, he's obviously really good. He's a little bit older. He stays on the perimeter a little bit more. He has some in-breaking routes. So he's going to get some catches too, but Puka getting the ball quick in the screen game, taking shots down the field, running across the middle of the field.
And he has a quarterback that can throw it to him too. So that's
he has the MVP of the league in his team. So it's like
I'm not relying on Matthew Stafford. I'm relying on his weapons. That's where I'm at.
I mean, he's going to win the MVP. So I don't know why you wouldn't rely on that guy, but
hasn't played in less than 20 degree weather yet.
He did have that. What was the game that he just completely shut down? 4 interceptions.
I think it was the Falcons.
Yeah,
17.
That could happen to us, man. We got ball hawks, but I'm very worried about their receivers. That's not good. But their defense in the secondary is not great either. So, yeah, to your point, it will need to be a shootout. We cannot have any 3 and outs. Like, we need points every time.
Yeah, and I think like early in this week, talking to some other Bears buddies of mine, it's like, the bad weather helps the Bears, and in reality, having played football and then listening to Pardon My Take today and listening to, I can't remember if it was Kyle or Chris Long, it was probably Chris. If it's snowing outside, that just helps the offense more. It's like it's not going to slow the Rams down because he made a good point, and it's something that I know, we all know. Like, offensive guys know the play.
Right.
Defensive guys have to react, and when it's in the snow, those guys are bound to slip more than the offensive guys because they know what they're doing.
Yeah, because you're a second behind, so it's like,
and then you don't have footing. So
trying to stop a car,
I think a common misconception bet that might be made on this game, if it is shitty weather, if it is snowing, I think a lot of people are going to lean on the under, and I feel like it'll be the points are going to be the same.
Here, I got you. 1 second. This might change your thought process here. It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but shit.
It's cloudy, no snow.
Right on the lake.
Yeah, that wind, though.
Snow? About an inch of
not really. Yeah, it's more
I'm not as worried about the wind because, well, I guess if that's constant, because it's not, because the Eagles game against the Niners.
What's it say the wind is? 15 to 50 miles an hour?
20 miles an hour. 20 mile an hour wind. Real feel is -1. And that's only going to keep fucking going down, knowing how.
The Eagles game.
It's Chicago.
The Eagles game against the Niners was about the same in terms of wind, like 20 mile an hour, 35 to 40 mile an hour wind gusts. That didn't affect the game. Maybe punts and kicks, but like,
just hurts to get hit.
When you're a guy when you're those quarterbacks, bro, they know how to just dice it through the air. Like, they're not, that shit's not going to matter.
Especially Stafford. Like,
and Caleb's arm is through the roof. It's like,
I know Stafford's in LA.
Played his whole career in a dome.
Yeah, but he used to live.
We played him last year in a snow game in the fucking playoffs, and he looked fine. So I've watched it. I watched it happen. They'll be fine. It's the Bears got to score. I'll be pulling Bears for sure. I really like LA. It's just gonna have to be. You're gonna have to score points. They can't.
Yeah.
Which again, I think most games for the Bears, they know they have to score points because their defense is not. They can get takeaways, change the game in that perspective, but like consistent drive stop. Now they did it against Green Bay in the second half, and watching
but we can't let the Rams get 21-3.
You're gonna Puka's gonna get his.
Right, exactly.
You got to find other guys to take away. That guy's gonna get his. It's what he does. But you got to take away Kyron out of the backfield. You got to take away Devontae as much as you can on the perimeter.
They got a lot
when he's back there either.
They got some good tight ends that catch the ball pretty well, and then Stafford puts it in a good spot. So, gonna have to score points.
Come down to execution.
Excited for that game. Playoff picture now. I'll go through the games. I don't have the spreads pulled up, but I'll get them pulled up. Want to do some more predictions here. Trav cleaned house last week, but the first game tomorrow afternoon, I guess for you guys listening last Saturday. Bills at Broncos, 2:30 Mountain Time. Let me get the spread for you here, boys.
I got you, Brennan.
All right, go ahead.
I'm just pulling up the bracket, which has a spread in the top right corner of each matchup.
Okay.
Need me to zoom it in? Oh, that's too much. Ooh, buddy. There we go. That's a little better.
Writing our initials out for the picks is ABC. Fun fact. Yeah, Bills at Broncos. Denver favored by 1.5 points. It will
They
be
have
cold.
to win by 1.5. I can never remember.
You have to win by 2.
So stupid.
You can't win by 1.5.
You should have your DraftKings account revoked.
They have to
I don't
win by
for your own safety.
I don't do that. I don't.
They win by 2 or
spreads.
more. Denver wins. If the Bills lose by 1 or less, or they win, then they cover. So it's basically a pick 'em. I don't know. I would say the Broncos are clearly the better team. They've got the better coach. It's a matter of the Superman that is number 17 that shows up in the red, white, and blue for Buffalo. I think this comes down to, does Bo Nix turn the ball over multiple times or not, is my opinion. Denver's defense is very good. Sean Payton's been here before. They've got Hufanga and Dre Greenlaw, who've been on the Niners in the Super Bowl. They've got one of the best corners in the league. They got 2 defensive ends that get after the passer. Josh's legs will be a problem, but if Bo doesn't turn the ball over multiple times
in bad spots too,
I think Denver covers this game. So I think I'm going to go Denver minus 1.5 for this one and put an end to the Josh Allen hype train that happened again. And for a moment, like, all the people that are like, Mahomes isn't in, Jackson's out, all these teams are out of the playoffs, and now it's Josh's time that he can prove. It's like, dude, their team is not better than most of the teams left in the playoffs. The Broncos are very good, and you got to have some help. Their O-line's good. The defense isn't bad. Their receivers are a bunch of nobodies. They got a lot of role guys. Brandon Cooks is playing good ball late in his career. He's always been a good player. Their tight ends are good. Their running game's the best in the league. But, like, I just don't – if Bo Nix does not turn the ball over multiple times, so 2 or more, I just don't see a world where the Broncos lose this game. So I'm going to bank on be a Bo lever. Let's turn it over just one time, Bo, and let's lock it in here. And I think the Broncos and Sean Payton win the football game.
Rick?
I'll go ahead. Yeah, no, I got company I work for is mostly all based out of Wyoming, except for me. And I asked them in one of our previous meetings, like, who you guys rooting for? Because I know they like the Broncos, but boy, do they love them some Josh fucking Allen.
Yeah.
They love them some Josh Allen. So in small sample size, yes, but I think you're going to have an entire city in Laramie, Wyoming, rooting for the Bills, and a lot of people rooting for the Bills. But I think I hate to do this because I hate Sean Payton, but I think it's the Broncos. I think that defense is just an absolute problem. And then if the offense just runs the football, I think it's the Broncos.
I'm going Bills.
Buffalo.
Sorry, my Wyoming compadres. I'm not rooting for you.
Good breakdown as to why you took the Bills there, Geese.
You like that?
We'll let you lead off the next one. Houston at New England. Actually, excuse me. Let me do this in schedule order. 49ers at Seattle, Saturday night, 6 p.m. Seahawks -7, which to you, Geese, they have to win by more than a touchdown. If they win by less than a touchdown, the 49ers cover.
I'm gonna go 49ers.
49ers
because
plus 7.
I don't know. Like Seahawks are really good, but like Sam Darnold has a history of kind of choke jobs, and 49ers have a lot of injuries. They lost Kittle. I think they lost somebody else too. So they do have McCaffrey. I'm not sure how good Seahawks defense is.
It's very good.
They are elite.
They're not a 1 seed for no fucking reason. I'll tell you that.
Very good. 7's a lot of points. I don't hate the bet. Niners.
It is. Yeah, it is a lot of points, and you can still push.
Yeah, you can push on an even number. You can push. They win by 7. Nobody wins. Yeah, I'm a big, and I think I've said this on the pod, but like when I look at teams, the first position I look at in the playoffs is quarterback. I've always liked Darnold. I've never been bought in on him as a Super Bowl winning quarterback. I'm not as bought in on Purdy, but I think, he's been there. He's had these games. The Niners are banged up. They're well coached. Salah being back out there. Their defense is really banged up, but still got them playing well. And Shanahan's a mastermind on offense. So give me Seattle -7. I think they absolutely run them over. I don't think the Niners stand a fucking chance. The Seahawks were in San Francisco in week 18 for the 1 seed in the division. They won 13-3 in an absolute stinker. But that defense is not to be fucked with. Their playmakers are good. 7's a lot of points. Coaching matters. Seattle's got good coaches too. I think Seattle wins by 10+.
I think I'm going to ride with Geese on this one. I hate that George Kittle's out.
Yeah, that
but I do think
hurts the confidence.
I do think, Brendan, you said it, Rob Saleh's got him playing pretty damn good for the defense, like playing inspired football.
Well, I mean, let's be honest. Guarding the Eagles, the offense is like just guarding 3 plays per down.
No, but I mean, they still held. Yeah, like the Seahawks they're not to be messed with. But can their defense maybe get 7 off of Darnold? Like could something that drastic like happen, like a pick 6, fumble inside the 20, where the Niners literally just need to run McCaffrey in. So I'm going to run with 49ers to cover on this one.
49ers.
Thinking Darnold's going to piss down his leg just one crucial moment, and the old fucking 49ers prevail once again.
I think that will happen. I don't know if it will be in this game to matter enough, but we'll see. Next game, Houston at New England, Sunday, 1:00 Mountain Time. New England -3 at home against the Texans. Critter, will start this one with you.
God, that Texans defense. There's some very good defenses in 3 out of these 4 games. You know what? Sorry to your brother, Brad. But I'm going to roll with the Texans because that defense is a problem. The only thing that could happen where I don't cover this is if Drake May escapes, which I know he can. But I think he escapes, but at the same time, he doesn't escape enough. And the Texans maybe don't get the turnovers they got against the Steelers, but I think they cover this game.
And Drake May we trust.
New England -3 for Geese. I think that Houston's defense is elite. They're the best in the league. It's not really that big of a debate. CJ Stroud is just stinky butt. I mean, he tried to give the Steelers the game last week, and the Steelers are just
it's a valid point.
Could not play offense. Now, granted, that's very much a lot of credit to the Houston defense, but the Patriots Mike Vrabel, Josh McDaniels, Drake May. Their defense is not to be fucked with either. They play very physical football as well. I think their offense doesn't have. Their offense feels very similar to Denver's in a fact of you've got a second-year quarterback. They do have Stephon Diggs, who's a bigger name, I think, than Cortland Sutton, maybe at this point in their career.
He's been heating up, too.
Been a leader. Their tight end is good. Both tight ends are good. The running game is very good. Both the running backs. Henderson catches the ball out of the backfield well. I think they can do a lot. Get the ball
susceptible to fumbles, though, and
that's
Texans will nab. Oh, sorry. Yeah, wrong guy.
I think that a lot of people have shit on this New England team all year for not playing anybody.
True.
But I think when they do play teams that they've had to play, they've done their job. I don't believe in this Houston offense at all. Nico Collins will not be playing on Sunday. I don't think he might.
He's out.
I don't think. Okay. Yeah, I don't. I think I don't. I think this is the stinkiest game of the slate. Least exciting probably game to watch unless you're into football and like watching defenses play. I think New England at 3 is tough. I could see New England winning by 3. But we just watched New England play the Chargers, who also have a great defense and are not a very good offense, and it was not a fun game to watch. And they won 16-3. Now the Texans are probably better. Herbert's definitely better than Stroud. But I think New England covers the spread and wins. They're going to push. I think New England wins the game. It could be a push, but I can't get myself to bet on this Houston team. And the grand finale at 4:30 on Sunday afternoon night. LA Rams at the Chicago Bears at Soldier Field. The Rams on the road as the 5 seed favored by 4.5 points. Second time the Bears have been the underdogs, being the higher seed at home. I am absolutely torn on this one. Absolutely torn. I could see it going either way. I think 4.5 is too much. It could also not be enough. I don't know. I don't know. Geese, I can net you in for 4.5 plus 4.5 Chicago.
Yeah, please. Thank you.
I will say, I feel like Vegas has kind of disrespected the Bears like all goddamn year.
Yeah.
Like
it's how many times can you count on a comeback in a normally?
Well, 7 times apparently.
Yeah, 7 times.
Like, come on,
imagine betting that.
It's a big number in Vegas.
You'd be rolling.
4.5. Yeah, 4.5's a lot.
Your best bet is Bears money line whenever they're down by 20.
Yeah. Live bets. That's actually. I thought about that during the Packer game. I'm like, man.
A lot of good tickets out there that had the Packers like plus 800 to 1,200. Or the Bears, not the Packers. I don't know what I said.
You said the Packers.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I could see the Rams absolutely just rolling.
Could happen.
But
until the fourth quarter.
How do you discredit what we've seen the Bears do time and time again?
Why not us?
I don't like the Rams. I don't like the Rams. I know their defensive line is good, but the Bears' strongest suit is their offensive line. I don't think the Rams' defensive backs are very good. I know that the Bears get, the middle of the field's wide open pretty much every time, but I do think their DBs are good. I think Kyler Gordon's getting healthier.
I think Edwards is out there. That's a bummer.
Yeah, that hurts. But I think I got it. For the boys and for the disrespect, it has got to be Chicago plus 4.5 for me.
You're just never going to see me do it, so give me Rams minus 4.5. I'm not putting that bet in. I will put that out there because I'm not going to root for the Bears to cover, but
yeah.
I mean, at bare minimum, I think it's going to be, Rams win by 3.
That's kind of what I was
saying. But I just think it could turn into like that that Lions game where you don't quite get the comeback that you got against the freaking Packers twice now. And then they get the ball last and kick a field goal.
Yeah.
So I think that's probably, I guess, worst case scenario for you Bear fans, but I think that's probably best case for the Rams. I don't think they're winning by 4.5, but I'm not going to do it. Put it on my sheet.
That's a good spread of games there. We didn't clean sweep any of them, so that is different than last week. And the clean sweeps we had last week, there was only 2 of them. We went 1-1. So I guess it's nice to not have a clean sweep because now there's not going to be any ties on the record. Nobody had all the same picks. Didn't get Trav's picks, but we did get his touchdown pick, which I was shocked we were even going to entertain again this week. Shout out to, I believe, you and Crit Geese on both your guys' scoring. I believe it was Puka Nakua and
when I was sleeping,
Travis
Etienne. Ramondre did not score. There was only 1 touchdown in the game I picked, which I should have probably known that. I thought Ramondre would be the guy. It was Hunter Henry. And then Josh Jacobs being Trav's pick, also not hitting 2 for 4. But Trav did send us a touchdown pick. Like I said, shocked we're entertaining the idea to run this back. So if we're doing the game by game, the Bills-Broncos game's off the board. If you guys are comfortable picking the same game or feel like you got a guy from a game that you want to take that's already been taken, feel free. But Josh Allen is the first pick at -120 at Denver from Trav, who is in Vegas. And shout out to his Oscar that we'll get to right now before his Oscars. He has seen the Zach Brown band at the Sphere, so that's going to be sick. Heard good things about the Sphere, never been.
Wait, what? He's going to the Sphere?
Zach Brown band
at the Sphere, yeah.
He texted us.
That's going to be sick.
Yeah. Yep.
I was putting the bet in, and I missed it.
So he's got Josh Allen. Does anybody else feel good about a guy? I honestly don't. So
I do.
All right.
Give me Devontae Adams against the Bears.
Devontae Adams, he cost me quite a few parlays last week when he didn't score, when the Rams scored like 35 points. Devontae Adams is the favorite to score in the game at -120 as well. Devontae Adams off the board. Josh Allen.
Probably because you have Packer fans just hammering the shit out of it like me. So that's probably why he's the favorite.
Geese, you got a guy.
What game do you want?
Honestly, neither. The last time the
rock,
Niners
paper, scissors for it?
Do the same game if you feel like it.
No.
You can get a little same game parlay action out of the 2 of you in case it hits.
I mean, do you have a guy in mind?
No.
Okay, well, I got a guy in mind. I can run it, and it's going to put you in I mean, either way, it's going to probably put you in a tough spot.
It's fine. Send it.
I'm going to go with a guy I think I took earlier, and I think I gave him the kiss of death for when we bet on him he doesn't score. But I'm going to go back to the well, and I'm going to take Zach Charbonnet, running back Seattle, at -130. Charbonnet. So you've got the honors of the Patriots-Texans game. Where the lowest odds in that game is +170, so not a whole lot of
Not good.
not expected to score there.
That's tough.
Very.
That is tough.
That is very.
Let's go Hunter Henry.
Hunter Henry.
Let's go
again.
Let's go tight end. Let's feed it. Feed the rock.
Henry is the only player that scored last week in their game.
It means he's getting targets.
I'm right. Yeah.
He is a favorite. That is plus 1683. I do have a $25 free bet to win $420.99 at the premium price of $420.99. 25 to win $420.99. I am locking that right now. Josh Allen, Devontae Adams, Zach Charbonnet, and Hunter Henry to score for the New England Patriots. That's a tough game to pick. I honestly don't know where I would have went with that one. Yeah, I don't know. I would have taken something, but Hunter Henry's a good pick.
I like Stevenson too, but at the same time,
we're riding. That's it.
I know. Oh yeah, I was just going through my
it's already
my thought process there.
No, I'm just saying. Don't put that out in the universe.
You're relying on him to bust through Texans D.
I would have liked,
whereas Henry has more of an option on a pass.
I would have liked, in my opinion, I would have liked Henderson more in that game just because of. I think he's more versatile.
He
but
definitely can break one.
That game might only also have one touchdown in it on offense. So we'll see. I mean, we're 0 for 19 now, or we haven't bet every single week, but you could pretty much just label it as every week. Off the hunch, who do you guys have in the Super Bowl? Geese, give me your Bears pick as well as your non-Bears pick.
Bears and
he's been speaking I was going to say he's been speaking into existence for weeks.
I think that'd be crazy.
Yeah, I have a tough time with it because I think Denver's good enough to get there, but I trust Drake May more than Bo Nix. So I would say Patriots Seahawks rematch from the goal to go slant route interception from Russell Wilson. Back in the Tom Brady, Russell Wilson era. Crit?
Give me I'm going to go so wild on this one, I think. Give me Rams. This is going to go against my picks. Yeah, give me Rams, Patriots, actually. Just do Patriots.
So,
because I like, yeah.
Shout out, Brad. Your Patriots are doomed to hell for all three of us picking them to get to the Super Bowl. I think Denver's probably the best team. I just don't trust Bo Nix, so I don't know. We'll see. But, well, there's your football updates. I just am dying to get to my gear to grind here, guys. It's kind of a hypothetical gear to grind. Like, if this did happen, it would piss me off. Maybe rub me the wrong way. Maybe kind of ruin a whole day. Maybe ruin a night. My hypothetical gear to grind is calling a timeout in the wild card round after seeing the defensive alignment and then running 4 verticals in on 4th and 11 with the season on the line, post timeout, and then expecting it to work. If that ever happened to the team I rooted for, that would really just rub me the wrong way. So hypothetically, calling 4 verticals on 4th and 11 with your season on the line after a timeout, your quarterback looking at the head coach shocked that that's the play call, and then running it anyway and throwing an incomplete pass, that would really piss me off if that happened in real life. So, yeah, that's what I've got after a week there. Shout out Kevin Patullo on your fucking play call with the season on the line after a timeout on 4th and 11.
Well,
what do you want to throw the football?
You didn't get a delay a game after a fucking timeout. Or, yeah. So, I mean, yeah.
I forgot about that.
And two dropped passes that, I mean, Jordan put on a goddamn time. Like, dude was playing his fucking ass off and, yeah, just couldn't come up with the plays. But, yeah, that happened.
Yeah,
on top of the special teams.
And I'm also putting it on our quarterback, who I adore. We don't believe the Jalen Hurts slander. But if you're going to look shocked, your backup quarterback looks shocked, and your head fucking coach is shocked, and none of you say a goddamn word, like, that's on all.
You're part of the problem.
That's on all of you.
Yeah.
Like, speak up. If you just saw it too, why are you just going to go with it? Like, I know they double mugged and they backed out of it. We typically run fades. If they're going to go cover 0 double mug, all out blitz, they disguised it. But you just saw it, and there's no underneath route. The linebackers have nothing to hold them. Like, and while we're on it, if you're gonna do that and your plan is cover zero, he always throws a fade to AJ or to Smitty. Doesn't matter. They didn't run it. Just fucking throw the fade anyway. It's got a better shot than the guy in the middle of the field with 2 safeties over the top and 2 linebackers underneath. Just throw the fade and hope the safety doesn't get there. Maybe it's 2-on-1 instead of 4-on-1. Like, piss poor effort. If that happened to me, I'd be so frustrated. That's my gear to grind.
Craig?
I don't have one. I already voiced my gears to grind. I honestly forgot about that one until Brennan brought it up. I was like, well, we also got a delay of game after a timeout or TV timeout.
That was tough.
So.
Well, and then that was just a piss poor throw. And
then our center got a knee bruise or whatever the hell it was.
That really...
And he was already our backup center.
Yeah. I think if he doesn't get hurt... The last play of the game is going to be a lot closer.
But it's not so much of a clusterfuck.
Right.
Because that was that kind of
scrambling,
moving.
Yeah. Well, I feel like Jordan Love dropped that snap. Like,
I don't care what it was.
Wasn't
a new
that
center.
bad.
Yeah.
Right. Shit happens. My gear to grind is like insurance for things everybody needs. I need glasses. It cost me an arm and a leg to get a new prescription for like new lenses. It's like I have to see. And the fact that like it's so expensive for like why? I know there's cheap alternatives and everything like that, and I could do that. I don't want to. It's supposed to be covered by insurance, and then they just take off, they take off the smallest percent. It's like, thanks, I got a discount. They're just pissing me off.
Counterpoint. Blind people.
Yeah.
You don't have to see. Now, the life you currently live, you do need to see. That is correct. But you don't have to see.
Same thing with dental as well. It's like to get anything fixed is so expensive, and you need your teeth. I guess you
yeah, you can put that shit in a blender. You don't need shit.
No, you don't. I agree, though. Everything insured. I mean, life insurance as well. Like, knock on wood, right? You don't want anything to happen to anybody. Yeah. But it's like, I'm not expecting.
The best thing about life insurance is that you can cash it out if you make it.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. I mean, it's insurance is the shittiest thing in the world until you need it, and then it's nice to have. So,
even a little bit.
Frustrating. Very frustrating. Insurance stinks. It's always expensive for everything too.
Yeah.
But when you need it, it saves you a little bit of coin.
That's where they get you.
Yeah. Oscars. I guess I can lead this one off as well. I am a well-known nicotine pouch guy. Tried a lot of brands. Have never found the elusive Lucy breakers before. I've had the Lucy's, don't have them often. Tried to order the breakers.
Oh, is that with the mint in it? Like
it's like a Camel Crush cigarette.
Yeah, Camel Crush. Benny had those.
But
those are good.
Yeah.
The breakers?
Yeah, the breakers are good.
Yeah, so I've tried to order them before online, and they didn't deliver to Colorado. Kind of let it go by the wasteland. Found a store by my office downtown that sold Lucy's. Did not have breakers. Still a good pouch. So I was like, God, I can only imagine what the breakers are like. Just been dying to try them. Found a couple smoke shops out by my house that online said they have them. One of them, both are on my way home from work. One of them just looks like, a place I don't really want to go into. So, and that's on the right side. So and it always looks closed. It's kind of like boarded up. Parking lot's never there. It might be permanently closed, but I never stopped there. And then the one on the other side of the road, it's on the other side of the road. So it's kind of a detour for me to go there. Not that big of a deal, but just going home from work, never stopped. We were in the area this past weekend. Had to pull the trigger. Went in there. You looking for something specific? Usually you just say you're browsing. No, yes, I am looking for something specific.
Yeah,
Do you
I'm
have
here for
Lucy
one
Breaker?
reason.
Yes, we do. Got the mint, got the espresso. The Lucy Breaker espresso nicotine pouch is the best nicotine pouch on the market. It's not, if you're a coffee fan,
I've
it
had the
is not
espresso ones, not the breakers, just
it
the
is
pouch.
not even fucking close. If you are a coffee person and you consume the nicotine, if you can get your hand, even the espresso pouches, I've had those too, they're great. If you can get your hands on the Lucy Breaker espresso, I'm telling you right now.
Do they have the apple ice?
I don't.
breakers.
I just went in there, looked quick, espresso mint, got out of there. When I go back, which will probably be tomorrow,
Apple ice is my favorite flavor.
I'm going to buy every tin that they have of the espressos that are out in the front. I don't know if they've got. Yeah, we got 10 cases in the back. Oh, whoa, we'll take the roll right here. But I'm buying them all. I don't care. That is the best pouch. Now I do like having a mix up. I don't want to kill them for me. I know they're obviously not good for you anyway. You can't beat the espresso Lucy Breaker pouch. You can't. So this is an 18 plus podcast, pro nicotine Lucy Breaker's espresso. Oscar can't beat it. Best on the market.
Oh, is it me?
My Oscar is going to go to the guy I said F you to about 3 podcasts ago. Shout out Derek Russell. Yes, he's a Bear fan.
We got a little makeup story.
But
here.
yeah, no, just good sport either way. I'm sure it probably would have been the same way. I can't say the same about you two, no offense. You guys like to talk your shit.
But you got to.
I'm usually
you said GG's Micah Parsons is a bitch like immediately.
Me?
Yeah, you had 1,000 reasons why Micah Parsons was a dirty player.
I do hate that guy. We don't cheer for
just
injuries.
wanted to give him an Oscar.
We don't apologize for him either.
Yeah.
It had nothing to do with the Eagles-Packers game anyway. He played.
Well, when you guys won, he said GG's, except for Micah Parsons.
Yeah, well, I fucking hate him. That's not a shot at you.
I don't know, just like a normal discourse, not shit talking, just air your grievances and they approve. Like, just, I don't know. Good sports fan. He likes to talk his shit too, but yeah, I gave him the Oscar for after that Packer Bear game. I was in it. he was accepting and still talked a little bit of shit, but like not like something where I'm going to blow my top off. So props to him for. Also, he did say that he did not give up. Geese said this thing's already getting out of hand. I know there's a guy at Barstool that said it was over.
Geese, I was going to already mention. How about you not getting an Oscar? But hey, another Bears fan gets it.
That's fine.
No, that would be.
I don't want a Packer fans Oscar, to be honest with you. You can keep that in your trash.
You give yourself enough awards on this show.
That's right. That's right. I'd rather have a Bears fans Oscar. So, my Oscar is.
You ain't getting it because he quit.
Didn't quit. Got nervous. Didn't quit. My Oscar is online scheduling. To be able to just like go to some company's website, hey, need an appointment. I pick it. I don't have to call. I don't have to do the answering service. I don't have to, do you have this? Do you have that? You can do it yourself. It's so easy. Got an eye exam today, hence my gear, and scheduled it at like 11 o'clock for 2:30. Same day. Got in, got out. It's right down the road from my house. It's so easy. You got to appreciate that.
Yeah, I concur. I mean, I think like doctor's appointments, reservations. Like, it is so much smoother than like it is. Calling the place hard to do? No. Does
No, but
anybody
it's
want
time
to do it?
consuming.
No, I don't want to do it. And if I get put on hold or something, it's like that
Or
shit.
they don't answer and it's just fucking ringing and ringing. Or you get the elevator music, like to just go to their, look them up on Google, website, appointment, reservation, fill it out on your time. You know what's available. You don't have to ask and play telephone. It's one of the best things they've introduced for
I
that.
agree. I agree. That's a good one. That's one that I think we can all get on board with. Anybody listening out there, that's one we can all get on board with. Well, moving into movie talk, I did talk, and I might have said this last week and realized it, but I was gonna go see, and if I didn't mention it, here's the news. But there's a Screen Unseen on Monday on Martin Luther King Day, IMAX 3D, first time, signed up for it. That is the same day as the college football national championship game, Indiana Miami. I canceled the ticket. Not pumped about it. Wanted to go. I think I do know the movie. Or I guess my calling my shot would be it's going to be Mercy with Chris Pratt. Looks like a good movie. A movie I want to see. I don't know why it's in 3D. I think it's because the kind of the plot line is this futuristic, legal system where it's an AI bot. You've got an hour to prove yourself with every single piece of information ever to your disposal. So he's in a chair, kind of surrounded by, the technology. So it might be cool in 3D. But I think that's what it's going to be. It might not be. It could be swinging and missing here. I do want to see it. Upset about it, but I'm going to watch the college football national championship game. However, I did, because I am off work on Monday, schedule another movie, and I've been dying to see is this thing on with Will Arnett.
Yep.
Looks awesome. Haven't looked too much into reviews yet. Kind of want to form my own opinion. And was looking at 11 o'clock noon, get in there, watch a movie. Wife works, and there was just the urge. There was just the urge of that lasso just throwing it at you, sucking you right back in. And we signed up to go see 28 years later Bone Temple. And I thought
I knew that was coming.
That movie, that first one was
I've heard this one is better, and it's more what people expected the first one to be.
It came out today. The trailer's incredible, just like the other one was. It looks the part. I saw the first one. I'm the type of guy, if I watch any movie in a series or if I start a series, I finish it. I was signing up for, is this thing on? And I'm going to see 28 years later Bone Temple on Monday at 11:15. We'll report back if I get bamboozled and Hufflepuffed again. I will let you know very angrily, and I'll just dog that franchise. I think their marketing has been unbelievable. Said it multiple times. This movie's coming out 28 weeks later. These movies had to be filmed very simultaneously. The story had to have been written like they're on top of their shit. Did not like the last movie, but they got me right back in. So 28 years later, Bone Temple will be talked about on next week's podcast from yours truly, hopefully with a redemption story. Because if it sucks and I didn't see this thing on, I'm not going to complain about having to go back, but I could have already seen it. So the Bone Temple preview coming at you next week. But 2025 Butter Boys Best of series finale coming to a close today with the 2025 film Sinners, starring Michael B. Jordan ×2. Horror action movie. Give you guys some quick statistics before I pass it over to Geese, who has to yet again step in Trav's size 19 shoes.
Shout out me for not being ready.
Hey, actually,
when Trav was ready.
Yeah. Shout out. Trav was ready to go earlier this week. Chris was not. The boys
too busy making clips. Editing the pod, just grinding. And hey, we're recording. I was like, oh no, we were. Shit.
It worked out. It sucks Trav's not here. I know he likes this movie. He had to pack. Boys weren't feeling it, so postponed it. But just quick stats on awards. I think this is going to be the most decorated.
Yeah.
This will be, in my opinion, And I think it's a pretty easy layup here. The most decorated movie we've watched of this series. It is currently shortlisted at the Oscars for casting, cinematography, makeup and hairstyling, original score, sound, visual effects, and twice an original song. And at the Critics' Choice Awards, it took home Best Original Screenplay, Best Score, Best Young Actor, Actress, and Miles Catan or Caton, who played Preacher Boy Sammy, and the new Best Casting and Ensemble Award to Francine Meisler. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly, but took home a lot of awards. Michael B. Jordan was up for Best Actor, did not win, lost to Timothée Chalamet for his Marty Supreme. But this movie is going to win a lot of awards at the Oscars. It already won a lot of awards so far. So most decorated movie would probably have of the series. Geese, would you like to give us the quick snapshot of what we're about to talk about?
Yeah, basically just it's a shorter film about vampires where it is taking place in culturally Black history. Um, Michael B. Jordan plays himself as two twin brothers, where they are gangsters coming down to the down south, and they want to open a jukebox. Right? Is that how you say it?
Yeah, juke joint.
It's called juke joint,
but yeah.
And unfortunately, ran into a bunch of vampires where they do vampire stuff. They get after it. The film definitely breaches into, religion, culture, music, dance. I think it really is a unique take on a vampire film while, not thematically, but plot wise is very similar to other films that have done the same thing. So to find a unique spot where within the vampire genre, excuse me, in the vampire genre to actually be unique and well put together, great music, great acting, instead of just kind of like a cheap monster flick in a way, is really telling to like the work and the love that they put into it.
Yeah, I had not rated this on Letterboxd because, as I talked about last week, it was the first movie I saw back in theaters that got me back into theaters. Right when this podcast was kind of getting up and running. So I was excited to watch it again because I thought, out of the movies I'd seen since we started doing this, that this was a 5-star movie, and it definitely for me was a 5-star movie. It has a 4.1 average on Letterboxd, which anything that's at a 4 or higher is pretty damn good. Um, it's just, I agree with you. I think in my review, it is one of the most unique vampire stories you ever watch. I think Trav had a point of like, is this a vampire movie or not? And it's like, well, not entirely. Like that's not the only focus. But is it a vampire movie? I mean, there's vampires in the movie. I think that kind of answers itself. But Michael B. Jordan, I think, and
I love him. I love him.
It could be
He's
fake
so
news. Good. I heard something, and this is I might be getting one guide here because I heard it from one guy. There was supposed to be another actor in the movie, and something happened prior to filming with interactions or some sort of conflict with contracts or something, and he just kind of said, "Fuck it, I'll do both." Just an absolute masterclass.
That is a unique, not unique, but that is an interesting point because that totally makes sense.
Yeah.
And then he, I'm assuming auditioned for the other role at the same time with that premise, and it, elevated the film.
Yeah.
So I believe it. I'll take it.
The Smokestack Twins, just an incredible name.
Yeah.
I just overall, and I think I know I said this last week. To me, in 2025 for new movies I watched that came out last year, it was F1 and Sinners, and I still don't know I think the internal bias for me like leans F1 because it's sport, high intensity. Love Brad
I
Pitt as
think
well.
Sinners. I feel like Sinners is better than F1.
It's
Just F1
yeah.
has a few cheesy
I
bad
think
moments in it.
Sinners is a better movie. Which one do I like more?
Oh, true. Good.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's what's tough. But like this movie is so good. They do incorporate so many different themes, and I know it's like very into Black culture and Black history, with the blues music and music history. White supremacy back in the 30s. This took place in Clarksville, Mississippi in 1932 is the year that they give you. And this movie's one day. Like if you really think about it,
Yep.
this is one day. Um, I just it's just an I think depending on who you are, you can take a lot of themes out of this. Like one of mine, outside of all the historical and religious and the music, is like it also showcases like living in the moment. Like at the juke joint and like the people who sold it to them, and we find out later like what their plans were and like the lives they were living in the part of the country they lived in. Like it's like, but in the juke joint, all that shit didn't matter. You've got fucking vampires outside, like all this extra stuff. The smokestack twins have baggage from Chicago, and I know
It's
Smoke was a little bit.
Chicago.
They worked for Capone, awesome little like, or they that's what they said. I doubt they
Right.
probably did.
No, I
But
just like they insert it into the timeline
yeah,
of like big names that are historically accurate.
yeah,
And then going around town, everyone knows them. Like it's just so well put together. The characters are all unique, and they all kind of become relevant at one point, kind of, a little bit. And then using, white versus black, devil versus God. There's a lot of it gets really deep the more you look into it.
and I do think like what we both said, like the uniqueness of telling a vampire, having vampires in a movie. They have the supernatural powers, obviously, but I think it's just so different of how they're not just. I mean, they're definitely the antagonists.
Right,
They're,
but it's more than vampires. A film I always compare this one to is Dust Till Dawn. Is George Clooney and Quentin Tarantino in it. Same kind of concept. They're on the road. They go to like this old truck stop. They go in there. It's actually all ran by vampires. It happens within a single day. It pretty much all happens inside too. So like, you take the plot a little bit from both and it's very, very similar. Sinners goes the next level and introduces all these concepts, way more characters that you're actually interested in. I don't know the character's name, but the shop owners, like, hey, we're gonna go, give your daughter a call, and now you're becoming attached to like the harmonica player. Like he was just some deadbeat just singing, and then he's like willing to sacrifice himself to everybody. So yeah, Sinners, I think it really hits all the marks, but I feel like you need to have like kind of not an open mind per se, but just be like willing to take it all in instead of like getting, it's a vampire flick at the end of the day, right?
yeah, yeah, and I think that's the horror aspect to it, right? Because there is like some gruesomeness to it. Again, it's not your typical horror. I think similar to Weapons, of like you're on the edge of your seat, scary, tense the whole time. Like it's not a standard horror. I think the vampire aspect tags the horror onto it. But again, it's more of just a really really good movie than I would tag the horror tag to it. But I think anytime you include vampires, you include those supernatural beings, like
Yep.
you get the horror tag tied to your movie. Um, but yeah, I mean, it's like there's so many different things to take away from it. But um, the opening's great. I love when movies start with the way they end.
Yeah.
Like you got Sammy walking into the church with the broken guitar, into in again religion, like into the house of God. who his father never wanted him to play music. Music brings on the devil, and getting in with the wrong crowd and all this stuff. And he walks in.
Isn't it? Sorry, continue.
No, go ahead, because I was just going into the first couple scenes there.
Oh, I was when we revisit the end, it's open ended, right? I can't remember off the top of my head right now. But it ends without him releasing or doing something with the guitar at the end, correct?
Yes and no, and maybe you didn't pick up on it, but we'll get there.
Okay.
Yeah, we'll get there. I'm sure you picked up on it and maybe not realizing it, but yes and no.
I'm just drawing a blank, so
yeah. But anyway, yeah, Smokestack come back to town. We start off with Sammy. Something terrible has happened, and then one day before, the Smokestack twins are coming back to Clarksville, Mississippi. They buy an old sawmill from a white guy, telling him none of your clan members. They step over this line. We're shooting them dead where they stand. So they're setting the tone for the era. They already told you the timeline, but again, if you're not a history buff, I'm not, but I understand kind of decades or timelines, especially in the state of Mississippi. Kind of setting the tone for where we're at in the overall timeline for the 8th time in a row of history.
30s, probably.
It was 1932. Yeah, I did write it down. But I think because we cut back to after they buy the sawmill, we cut back to Sammy prior, because again, one day before, finishing, or his dad asked him to read a Bible verse or gospel or something, and he
he got all his fucking work done.
Yeah,
real quick. Like
they start talking, he just finishes it, without reading out of the book.
That was badass.
Reminded me of have you guys watched Suits?
I've seen a few episodes. I understand what it is.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
I've seen
it's
them
the
all.
first promo video, and he rattles off the law or code or whatever it is.
Yeah, it's when Harvey's hiring Michael, and he's like didn't pass the bar, and he's like open that book, and he just riddles it off to him. It reminded me of that, but work's done. Like pick up the guitar, and we're gonna go play some jams. And the Smokestack twins are picking him up, and I did write down a quote there. His dad tells him, "You keep dancing with the devil, one day it'll follow you home." And again, I'd seen it before, and I, prior to watching it the first time, I kind of knew the premise. But Stone Cold, I mean, that is exactly what happened. Exactly what.
Yeah, I mean,
it's exactly what happened.
Regardless of the outcome, I bet that guy is feeling real good about himself. Just probably deep down because that's his son. But I told you, I told you that was going to happen.
Follow him home though.
I mean,
halfway.
I wouldn't say no.
Halfway.
No, but yes. I mean,
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole preliminary plot, the first half plot, is they're opening up the juke joint, at the sawmill that they had bought, and they split up. And I think this is kind of telling into the era that the movie takes place in. Is he goes to meet Grace and Bo, who the names I think you forgot of the Asian couple in the town.
Mm-hmm.
Love this scene, like absolutely love the scene. Having a girl come to sit in the truck, I'll give you 10 cents a minute, I'm gone. She's like, okay. And he's like, no, like, we're going to teach you negotiation here. I think he ends up offering her a quarter or 15 cents or something, but like essentially gives her more money, but teaching somebody that, it appeared to not have a whole lot.
Know your worth.
Yeah. Like
50 cents. 20 is all I can do. Okay.
Yeah.
And I liked how they weren't just like strong arm gangsters. They're, feel like it puts gangsters in a good light when they show them, where it's like helping the community, helping out, shoots a guy in the knee. Hey, where's the doctor? It's on me. I got it. That type of community vibe, instead of just like Goodfellas vibe, where give me your money or I'm gonna, put a cap in you. This was more, this is ours, like ownership vibe, and helping everybody out while still being, don't mess with me.
You have an image you have to uphold.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that was, I'm glad you brought that up, because to my other point is like, that shit probably happened. Like, walk out, you're robbing me. Like, he just shoots two guys in the middle of the street. You know, like, doesn't kill him, but sending a message. You know, I thought you guys were going. I was like, we back now. You know, like, and then the other guys.
She gets snippy. He's like, I told you who owned this thing. He's like, I thought she was lying.
Yeah. And then he just shoots the other guy out of, like,
just because
you have to also be shot, buddy. Like, you're not getting out of this without, you know, a scratch. But I actually think that shit probably happened. Like, back then, small town, you know, you're not going to walk outside and someone's opening your trunk and shoot him in the leg and just walk away scot-free now.
No, I think it was more, it's like back when it was eye for an eye. I think it solved probably a lot of issues, but who am I? I wasn't there.
Yeah, and it's like you're not killing them. I mean, now granted, back then that you might die from that because there's probably not great medical care. You could definitely have killed them. Yeah, or you know, your leg's gone.
Right, but you were stealing from a man. What did you expect? Like, you can't expect everyone to be nice to you and handle you with care. Like, someone's gonna take it to, you'll never rob me again.
Yeah,
instead of just a slap on the wrist.
And they start to build the two characters. Like, we talk a lot about character buildup and like getting the two different lights of Smoke and Stack. But like, Smoke is not fucking around, and he means business. He's going in. We got about 100 people. We're gonna need catfish for 100 people. I need your wife to make a sign. Shoots the two people in the leg. Coaches the girl up on how to negotiate in the car. And then you cut to Stack, who's with Sammy, and they're just whipping the car down the street. You know, hustling and bustling, trying to recruit people. He's more of the people pleaser. That's where they run into Slim, the harmonica player, and love that interaction. There's not many. I honestly like, and I hope maybe you have one. I don't necessarily have many gripes with this movie, but like the interaction with Slim when he's like, "I'll pay you $25 to come play it, you know, at our place tonight," and he's like, "I've been going." No. He's like, will that be there tomorrow? Because I've been playing at this place for, you know, 20 years.
It's not actually $25 a night for me to leave my job and then get somebody else. Like, you need to be
drunk on corn liquor all night as much as I want.
And then he's like, and he pulls out, he knows how to get him with the booze. Like, we got that Irish beer up in Chicago. Yeah, let me get some of that. You know, he's like, I got plenty more of them, ice cold. And he's like, I'll give you $40. He's like, yeah, I'll fucking be there. You got more of the Irish beer? I'm in.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah, but so that interaction's cool. But you do get early on like the differences, and they're both Michael B. Jordan,
right?
Which makes
and the differences in relationships as well.
Yeah.
And it's like one is obviously one is the muscle, one is the mouth. But even where comparing their women and how they're treated with one another, one is like compassion, the other is like emotion, I guess. I don't know. It's very abrasive.
Yeah. It's weird, too, because they show both sides of that with Stack. Because Stack, they run into Mary down there. Shout out Josh Allen. I think they're married now. Haley Steinfeld.
They are married.
Shout out Mary. Shout out Haley Steinfeld.
I think they're expecting, too.
I don't think I've ever seen.
Yes, they are.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever seen anything she's been in. I think this is the first time for me.
I was just looking at that. So she is in. Let's see here. Go away, ad. Here's my screen. So I was actually looking at that while we were talking.
She's
about
Steinfeld's daughter, right? Or is it just the same last name?
I don't know who Steinfeld is. Are you talking about
Jerry?
Jerry.
Is his last name Steinfeld or Seinfeld?
Seinfeld.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's an all-time. Mark that one.
He fell for it too. Chris was all in on it.
I was not. I was like, are you talking about Jerry? Because that's not it.
Jerry Seinfeld, yeah.
Because I was where you were at. I was like, it's Steinfeld.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah, that's Jerry's daughter.
Spider-Man, Edge of 17.
Haven't seen the Spider-Verse movies, but it's also animated.
You should.
The Marvels, I've seen that.
I saw she was in some, like, she was in movies I've seen.
Oh, she was in Hawkeye. Yeah, so she was like
I have not seen
Hawkeye's right
Hawkeye.
hand man.
That was a
Oh,
fake
I did.
stat.
Or
Whoa,
woman.
she's in Ender's Game. Man, she's changed a lot.
I don't know what she plays in a lot of these. But I
Yeah,
probably haven't seen
she's probably going to be involved in the new Marvel movie coming out in a year.
Doomsday.
Side note, just because talking about new movies and this movie, talking about gangsters, the Peaky fucking Blinders movie finally comes out very soon. Cannot wait. You haven't seen that show, you got to watch it. Must watch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm pumped for that.
Yeah, Peaky fucking Blinders. But Mary, they run in. You kind of, things did not leave on the right foot. You couldn't even send flowers to my mother's funeral, blah blah blah. Like, he's just basically telling her to get lost.
I love how she is so graphic, and she's like one of the only characters. Put your tongue in my cooch and said you love me. Like,
Yeah.
Just, I feel like I'm pretty sure she's
stick my tongue. She did not stop there.
No, just let me.
But she is definitely, I think, like the only character that talks like that.
Yeah, I agree. Well, if you go back to the car ride with Sammy, Jack talking about the ice cream cone, and you don't want to lick it too much, just enough to savor the flavor, baby. Which comes full circle back later in the movie. But yeah, they take off. They got Slim in the car now, talking about old school blues and getting into that a little bit more with the music. I already saw a little bit about Sammy singing in the car and Stack being surprised by his voice and how much he's got there, and tells him it's a famous guitar and all this stuff. Stack's just a total bullshitter. But then they get out to the cotton fields to recruit Cornbread to come be security, and he starts kind of shitting on his wife. He's like, man, have some manners. I got my wife out here. He's like, man, fuck your wife. And then Cornbread's like, yeah, I'm gonna kick this guy's ass. And she's like, how much money you cost? Holds it back a little bit. It's just building up Stack's character as opposed to Smoke. Because right after they get Cornbread on board, you go back to Smoke visiting, who I still don't know the relationship. I would imagine it's not ex-wife. Maybe it is. Maybe ex-wife. Maybe it's his son's mom. Their baby had passed, and he's going back to pay homage. And she's not obviously very stoked with the life he chose. She's into a lot, which again I think timeline-wise, being into potions and supernatural and witchcraft and mojo and good spirits and stuff. She's a very spiritual person, taking care of the kids and kind of adulting to them of this better not hit the ground or lose it before you get back to your mama's house. And you see Smoke going back to see his passed away son or daughter. I think it was, I can't remember. And
I think it was his son.
Kind of an awkward little sex scene that we get there.
Awkward for you.
Yeah, just got kind of a weird little like get back and the mojo bag. Can we Google what a mojo bag is? Because he wore it around his neck.
Have you not seen Austin Powers?
I have, but it's that doesn't remind me.
It's his mojo.
Yeah, but I'm sure there's a legitimate term for it, or like a reason behind like what a mojo bag is, because he wore it around his neck. And it also made me think of a gripe. Doesn't he rip it off and give it to her, and then later in the movie he rips it off again to get another mojo bag? Smoke's bag.
She gave it back to him.
Physical manifestation of Annie's hoodoo practice and her deep spiritual connection to him. So this is just specific to the first one there. Go
origin among the Congo people in Central Africa.
Yeah, so it is a legitimate old school spiritual power
conjure thing. Hoodoo and charm work. Bags, gourds, jars, bottles,
maybe we
shells,
need to
and
circle
cans.
back to that. I don't remember that.
Protection, love, or luck. That is that makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense. I was just curious. I assumed it had some historical meaning to it, but I wasn't familiar with the Mojo Bag game. But yeah, little sex scene there in the the old house, the little pay again. But to your point,
Always.
the relationship difference of what Stack came back to, and Smoke coming back to that, where she stid dill is what I just said. Still did love him. Didn't really love the path in life that he chose, but you still see the connection there. Whereas, at that point in time, Stack, left Mary high and dry and, kind of get the hell out of my life. I'm doing these things, you're doing those things.
Fan
Why
fiction
is it
says
always
she's the wife?
I didn't know. It felt like they used to be married, or it was just they were close, had a kid. I didn't. Again,
I mean,
back
they
in those
definitely
times,
had a relationship.
Yeah.
It's every time they have those types of sex scenes in movies, it's just like always automatic. Like, oh, boom.
Yeah.
No, it did not work like that.
Trying to get some. Get some. Go every time so others may every time. You know that movie? D3 football's finest, baby. That one's going to have to find its way on the wheel at some point. Introduction to the vampires. I remember watching this the first time. You definitely know something's not right here. Thought it was a very good introduction of how he's doing it. And I don't want to say the word because it's a slur towards Native Americans, but the word that we didn't know what it meant back when we watched Mohawk, he starts talking about them that way. In reality, that guy's the guy you should be avoiding letting in your home.
Oh, yeah.
And the Native Americans are hunting down because they were onto his ass and they knew something was up with him. But he works his way inside, weasels his way in. The couple at home,
I mean,
off the Native Americans.
He went to work immediately. And she's just sitting there like talking to herself like, lady, these guys just said this guy's a problem. Obviously, we understand why they let him into the house. Yeah. But from a just self-preservation standpoint, you can't hear anything. These guys just said that this guy's bad news. It's all dark, like
when your husband doesn't come to the door with you like he did prior.
Yep.
And when she calls for him, he doesn't show up.
Hello.
Now it's
where did that take place at? Did I miss that? Like, we're at in America?
Clarksville, Mississippi.
Okay, so still in Mississippi. Okay.
Yeah.
Mississippi.
They don't tell you that scene is there, but they're near enough to get to the juke joint later on.
Yeah, it's just some house in BF.
It's believable though because of how racist Southern America was to any other ethnicity. Like it's a red flag your husband doesn't come to the door, but again, you're talking to Native Americans.
Who you gonna trust?
The guy who came in was a white male. Yeah, like it makes sense, but there were some red flags there that she didn't pick up on.
Who you gonna call?
And he told a story. He gets them both. Just puts them down. He's just
fish in a barrel.
And there was nowhere at that point when she walked back and Bo, or I think her husband's name might have also been Bo. I might be missing that, but he's already dead.
Oh yeah.
She's got or Bert. I think it's Bert.
It's Bert.
Yeah. Bert and Joanne. I don't know.
Still searching here. Yeah.
Joan, Bert, whatever. At that point, when you walk back there and you see your husband just mauled and he's sitting there smiling with blood and red pupils, like,
oh, see ya.
There's nowhere you're running to.
No.
I'm
gonna try.
He could have tried.
Bert and Joan.
She could have tried.
I don't care who it is there. I'm out.
Without the help of the Native Americans that were just there, like, you are cooked.
Oh,
absolutely cooked.
He got to take maybe an extra 2 steps than he did, but
yeah,
I like how you understand the severity of the situation within 30 seconds of that whole scene happening. It's not just vampires killing and you're dead. It's vampires killing and you get more vampires, which is basically, if you think about it, kind of a zombie flick, a zombie type deal, but they're vampire zombies. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah.
vampires are undead, blah blah blah, but everyone that they kill becomes a vampire, and there's no, it doesn't have to be like the blood of the main guy. Like, yes, he's connected. I like how they keep all these elements that vampires typically have, but they don't go overboard with it. It's claws, teeth. I kill you, you become vampire, stake through the heart, but there's not mind control or, being able to stay out in the sun. And so like they keep it very traditional while I don't know where I'm going this anymore, so I'll leave it at that.
And they all didn't die. I mean, if you look at later on when Mary gets infected, she's got the bite on the shoulder. Like, she didn't get crushed. Now, granted, they could regenerate. I think they'd regenerate. Vampires typically regenerate, right?
Yeah.
I think.
Regenerate.
Typically, yeah, they do.
Yeah, that's what I thought. So I guess we don't know, but like, yeah, they did. I mean, maul people, and they came back as a vampire. But we get to the juke joint after we get the introduction of the vampires. We got 3 of them on board now. Get to the juke joint, and I think you kind of get like we got the idea that Stack's kind of like you said. I can't remember what you said. You said the muscle in the mouth, I think, is a good way to put it. And they, the guy goes to get a corn liquor from the bar, and they, he doesn't have enough money, and they give it to him anyway. And Smoke's just not playing around. This ain't no house party or charity. And they're like, dude, like, this guy works his ass off all day. The whole point of being here is for us.
Wooden nickels.
Guy's busting his ass all day, all week for, getting a drink here at our spot. So it's like you get the softness and like he's not just the mouth. Like, he's also got the soft heart. Smoke has no care in the world for that shit. He's strictly business, numbers. There's a reason why we're doing this. We learn later, kind of the debt that they're in. But, Stack, he has the ignorance to him, but also has a good heart. I think Smoke does too.
Yeah.
But he's not. There's no blurred lines for Smoke. Like, it's black.
No, but I like how they throughout the movie, you're shown, slaves, plantations, poor neighborhoods, a very put together, not very well put together houses. And then you're in the juke and everyone is just on the same level. But then they still remind you of, even though all this fun's going on, hey, so many, so-and-so has only been paying with like plantation money. And this is actually how much real money we have, while still relating. It's like, yeah, we want to provide all this, but in order to keep the lights on, we actually need real money.
Yeah. 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 I mean, and that's something that clearly Smoke can differentiate between, again, the charity. Like, I understand where you're coming from. We're not playing those games tonight. But someone we didn't mention, Perline, who Sammy hit it off with, who was married. I know Geese, you probably hate that they got it on. Perline was married, and Mary and Perline show up. Mary immediately kind of targets Sammy, kind of smooth talks her way through cornbread, gets in the juke joint. And it goes back again later on, like, we got to get her out of here. And I think I could have this timeline wrong, but Smoke shows up and then Stack comes out. He's like, get her out of here. And you get to see the other side of Stack of, I love you and I want to keep you safe. That was never going to be with me. And like, that's the reason why he's been probably treating her the wrong way and pushing her away. It's like, and he's not wrong. The lifestyle they chose and shit. It's like I don't know. There's actually an old adage, but you love so much, you love somebody so much, you got to know when to let them go.
Yeah.
And you see that side of Stack too. So.
And then he was right.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of, not really. She
Told you.
did ultimately try to. What she was doing in that moment was trying to help them. So I mean, it's like it is tough. But he was right about we are not the people you want to be around. But yeah, never going to be here. Never going to be with me. And then Slim calls up Sammy to play the guitar, and then you get that supernatural. I think probably what most people would say. And the first time I watched it, I didn't quite understand it, and I had to look it up. But the scene of ripping the guitar, singing, the place is on fire. You've got the historical people coming into it, the futuristic
So
DJs,
cool.
the electric guitars coming in, and like just
Trap music.
the real
Yeah.
like the real
Just
homage to blues.
Black culture and just everything. And to combine it all in there, you kind of set it up already with the spiritual aspect of the film. And then to really just hammer it at this scene, everything is tuned out. It's basically like a music video if you think about it. And it's so well
Make a
done,
good
and
music
like
video.
to get glimpses into like the history of music and where it came from, which it did come. It came from this culture, right? That from tribal to jazz to rap, like they have been influential throughout the history of humanity.
When it shows probably people now that you've got these songs that you like and the music you listen to, like
And
dude,
it's all interconnected
go
and
back.
pulled from each other. Like,
Yeah, go back and listen to where did this stem from? It all stems from somewhere. And then showcasing Sammy playing the guitar, everybody dancing, and then you get the old tribal communities involved in the shot, and then you get the MC Hammer style pants, the DJ, like where we are now with music, and like just in one 3 minute scene, 2 minute scene,
yep,
showcasing all of that at the same time. The first time watching it, like I just was, again, walking into the movie theater expecting a horror movie, like not putting all the pieces together. Watching it again, it's like just an unbelievable quick
it's
shot.
very good rewatchability.
Yeah, and
I've
then
seen it 3 times now. 4.
wow, it's only my second time. I'll probably watch it again because
It's my first.
I've shown a lot of people it.
Oh, is your first, Craig?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I guess we'll.
Well, what did you think, Chris?
did you-
Speak up. What are we
did you
doing
think?
here?
No, I really liked it. I was watching it in between like lunch breaks and stuff, mostly because weapons kind of put a scar to me on if I wanted to watch this with Lindsay yet or not.
Yeah.
But I know she's gonna like this, so I'm probably gonna watch it a second time, probably in the near future.
Yeah.
I don't know. I can't put my finger on it, but there was a little bit more rave from maybe coming from you guys. I didn't see it too much. Like I still loved it, but like I think it was like 90 something, 99 when like we first started talking about it. I don't know what it's at now, but I don't know. The ending kind of stunk to me, and we'll get there, but
I got you. 97, 96. So yeah, it's still right there.
It's still right there. I probably wouldn't go that far.
Yeah.
But I would probably put it in the 80 percentile for sure.
Yeah. I think 80, high 80s, I think is where high 80s, low 90s, or mid 90s, 15% here and there, I feel like. Because
I'd probably put it.
At the end of the day, it's a vampire,
right.
I keep calling it a vampire flick and then saying that it's not. That's where I'm going with that, is that it is a vampire flick, but they've made it so much more than that even though this is the genre that we're looking at, it's so much deeper than what has been done before it.
And I think that's where the awards come in, because if you look at Weapons and you look at this movie, both being classified in horror and then mystery, where we thought psychological thriller or mystery was a better title, and this one horror, action, more historical. when you look at these two movies with the horror tag, that one's biggest thing for us was the way they told the story, kind of the suspense of what's happening, like leads you on the like you're not on the edge of your seat because it's not anything like that, just like that, snappy about it. But you're trying to figure out what's going on. Where in this one, it's like the reason why I think it's up for more awards. It's like, yes, it's a vampire movie. Yes, it's got the horror tag. So many more deeper meanings in this movie. Like you already mentioned it multiple times, Geese, historical, religion, black versus white, cultural appropriation. And there's vampire. Like it's like, and they included, this
Right.
supernatural horror with the spiritual.
They just compressed everything
music,
and said, here's vampires.
And
they
they
could
don't-
use anything else, to be honest.
I think if
Or,
they
like,
had done this the
monster-wise.
exact same way, like I love me some history. Like that first part, shooting dude in the ass, shooting the kneecap, like doing that stuff. I love that in the movie. And then like all of a sudden vampires came in and it kind of brought it down a little bit for me. But like the sound, the music, the whole rest of the way, I was like, who cares? Like that was kind of a weird switch for me, but that's why I wouldn't put it at 90, but it did bring it down when they went to vampires. But then the music and the sound and like everything was just to the nines. As Travis said,
honestly, I feel like it does better. Everyone, I mean, like I feel like a lot of people love not necessarily horror, but like monster flicks. Like who doesn't like a good, a good or just even just typical monster flick? Like everyone's sitting down to watch that, in my opinion. To where if they didn't even introduce the vampires, like what I feel like it would just hammer into, like the clan versus Smoke and Stack versus the community versus slavery, like that becomes the message. Which like it was already
a nice
there,
twist to it.
so.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. And I know we're running long. I'll try to get us through kind of the front half here and work towards the back end. But the blues scene that we talked about, past and future music blended together, wild scene. And they tie that right into the three vampires approaching. So you've got this awesome, like, holistic moment of showcasing all of this. And then they bring in the antagonist right back, walking up with good music, good sound.
And bring in the devil.
Literally, yeah, that's, again, it's like all the different kind of, it's like the story behind the story almost.
Yeah.
Like, oh, it's the vampires. But no, it's like, no, this is, God versus evil, that's what it is.
Right.
Coming from
it's
the
like
soul.
they're using it, like it's not just vampires as monsters, like they're using it to hit another theme at the same time. Like,
Well,
I like how they hammered that in there.
Music from the soul and then the soulless vampires. And like
I didn't really think about that, but yeah.
And it's like coming and just watching it at face value. It's like, oh, they're ruining the party. It's like, no, think about it a little bit deeper than that. Like music from the soul, the soulless vampires coming up. It's like, it's a good blend of like, if you don't pay too much attention or you don't look that much into it, you miss it. Still makes sense. Still like, oh shit, party's over. But there's another layer to it. And I think that happens a lot throughout this movie. But the vampires show up. Sammy's getting it with Perline in the back room. I wrote down the ice cream tactic in there because that's a full circle moment.
Found that button.
Write that down. Write that
comes
down.
up and he's like, Stack was going to go in there, and he's like, no, Sammy's getting some in there.
What did he say? He found that button.
Yeah,
he found that button.
Found the button. Get the twins. Cornbread says when the vampires approach, they start playing their own music, kind of more. What's the genre with like a fiddle? It's not the blues and jazz. It's like it's not something you listen to much, Kurt, you got bail us out.
I gotcha.
What is that called?
Irish Celtic bluegrass folk. Yeah,
bluegrass is what I was thinking of. Bluegrass music. Played pretty well. But they grab their guns. Hey, we'll be on our way. We're going to get the hell out of here, but we're going to walk slow in case you change your mind. And they say, don't let them in. And that's the first time that the vampires really get interactive with the whole party going on. Two massive conversations happen kind of post this scene. Stack and Mary are talking about kind of the dilemma that they're in. And Sammy and Smoke are up in the rafters talking about like, this is the last night you're playing music. You're in with the wrong crowd. We love your little cousin, but like, you need to go back to your dad. Our dad wasn't like this. Your dad's a preacher, like basically coaching him up, but not really letting him. And that's where Smoke's kind of negative trait, I guess, would come into play. He's doing what he thinks is best, but not listening to the opinion of what Sammy wants to do or allowing him to have one. And Sammy basically says like, well, then shoot me right now. And Smoke puts the gun right in his right in his face. Like, I'm a soldier and you just gave me an order. That was cold.
That fucking line, dude.
Yeah.
That was amazing line.
Oh my God, dude. I honestly thought the first time I saw it, I was like, he might fucking shoot him.
I know that they've set it up to where he might pull that fucking trigger.
Did you think he was going to shoot him, Chris, or did you know, like, probably not?
Because of the beginning, I thought probably not.
True. Yeah. I guess we did see that he.
Watching it, it's like I thought probably not, but at the same time,
I mean, it's still possible. The trigger is pulled. Like that. Yeah. That is possible because
I'm not ruling it out, but most likely he's probably not doing that.
He's dodging it, if at bare minimum,
or to the foot or some, another kneecap.
And you come to find out that they robbed the Italians and the Irish, to kind of put the blame on one another. And they're out of money. Mary tries to go out like, hey, mate, they said they got money. They show gold coins. I'm going to go out there, talk to them. Like I looked the part to like, they asked why I was in here. I'm going to go communicate with them, try to have this conversation. And then shit hits the fan because Mary walks away. You thought they're singing her the song. You kind of think she's getting out of there scot-free. And then he just...
When I saw him drooling, I knew it was over. Yeah. It's like, oh. I was like, oh, she's done. Like we said when they were in the house. You're not making it anywhere. Like, you are too far away to get away.
Like a mouse in a church, that leap made no noise, and he's flying through the air, cuts out, she's done.
And she comes in.
Yeah, right. She comes walking right back to work. Are you gonna let me in?
She gets to work.
Gets her out, gets with Stack, basically gets up to him like you were saying, Geese, about you gonna take this pussy or what?
Oh yeah.
And like he's like, well, yes, I am.
Don't mind if I do.
And I can't remember who it was. Side note on Twitter, one of the corner, or it might have been Kyle Hamilton. I can't remember. A defensive back in the NFL tweeted like at Josh Allen, like, man, like that was tough to watch, brother. Just talking about like your acting ability, like this is obviously a sex scene, but like just a funny tweet, taking a shot at Josh. But they're getting it on. And then you get the scene where, like, at the simultaneously happening, there's a dice game going on. Guy gets his face cut. They call in Smoke to come handle business. Knock that guy to the ground. They're beating his ass. Gardner. It was Sauce. Okay, I knew somebody said something. But they're beating this guy's ass, and he tells Sammy go get Stack, and he goes over, basically pays the favor back to Stack that he had without even knowing. But he did open the door, and he's like, oh, I'm out of here. Goes back, and he's like, yeah, he's, doing whatever. He's like,
he's busy.
Smoke's
I told you to get him. I'm like, yeah, but he's getting some. Like,
yeah. And that's Smoke. Like, okay, fuck you. I'll go do it. Walks in, and it's too late. She's just gnawing on his neck, eating him alive, just blood spurting out. And she says, we're going to kill every last one of you. And just takes off running outside.
Now, could she have gotten back in, or did she need another invite?
I think
because she doesn't attempt it.
Once you leave, I think you need an invite back in.
Okay.
I think that's what I got out of it, because the same thing happens with Stack.
Right.
And none of them come back, because Cornbread, same thing. The Cornbread wasn't inside when he got taken. And there's a difference. I don't know, because Mary and Stack come in, and we can start kind of blending the back end together.
Yeah.
But Stack and Mary come back in, but their storylines are much different than the rest. And again, I think this will go full circle to a question you had earlier when we get to the very end, but I think they needed an invite back in, because Cornbread, and again, Cornbread, he goes
I think
to take
so
a piss.
too, because I feel like if they didn't, they would have pushed to get inside already, but they were kind of just sitting around like everybody else. So I do think you are correct. Where
Sorry,
once you leave,
I need to correct myself. Sauce Gardner said, "Out of respect for my dog, Josh, I will not be going to see Sinners."
Yeah,
That's-
okay.
yeah,
With the crying emoji. So I wanted to correct that.
That's funny. Okay, I knew it was something to do with that, but very funny. But yeah, Cornbread goes to take a piss. Slim, you're on the door. Smoke's pissed. Why the hell are you on the door? Cornbread comes back, and he can't come in.
Yeah,
And
let
he's
me
like,
in.
"You've been in and out of here all night." And Annie, who was Smoke's girl, is the spiritual one. Like, she was onto it right away. Something's not right.
Hold up, she knew. She nope. Wait a second. Hold up. Wait a minute. Something ain't right.
You've been in and out of here all night. And she's like, "Can you shut her up?" It's like, "You're talking to me, motherfucker." The interactions of even the small exchanges of like talking to my wife or talking to me, like, this stand your ground, fucking, we're talking right now. Don't talk to him, and she knew. And he's like, "You gonna pay me that money for, watching the door?" And Crit, I'm interested your thoughts. First time watcher, when he gave him the money, slow scene, and Cornbread grabs his arm and he pulls out the gun and shoots him in the head. Like, were you expecting that at all, or what was kind of your thoughts going through that process?
No, I was just shocked that, like, she said don't trust him, and he's sitting here putting the money in his hand. I would have been like a frisbee. Yeah. Take it. See you later. Like, there was every reason to believe that don't go out there. Like, he's being weird.
The fact he hasn't came in yet,
and he was all cheerful too. Like, the dude wasn't cheerful ever since you picked him up from the cotton field.
Yeah.
And now he's like all giddy, and I would have just tossed the money on the ground.
How about the quick trigger to the gun pull, though?
That was incredible, though. Yep.
Yeah. Just the quick shot to
just
that.
breaks.
Is Tex Grebner out there, man.
I think the first time I watched it, I think smoke's going down too. Like, when that happened, I was like, "Oh, it happens so fast. You don't really have time to think." He's
well. Then he's outside, and you're like, "Uh oh," and then it really just escalates from there. I mean, at this point, it gets very, very stereotypical vampire flick. You're preparing. You got your garlic. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's really you've gotten through the whole story, and now this is where it starts reaching the climax of wrapping everything up, and they use the vampires as like a vehicle to do that.
But I thought what was cool is when they do approach, shout out real quick to the Rocky Road to Dublin when all the vampires are singing and they're, getting I don't know why they were playing that song, but that song absolutely rocks. But another point, because it does kind of hell breaks loose literally and things hit the fan. But there are other messages in there. And I think funny part about the garlic, when Slim eats it and he's just that drunk that he just can't eat it. He's just choking.
Starts tweaking out. He's like, "I had too much to drink. Sorry, guys."
Yeah. But when the Bert and Joanne Joan basically tell Smoke and Stack, or Smoke at this point, like, my uncle or my father, whoever it was that sold you the sawmill, like, it's a slaughterhouse. Like, they're coming back and they're gonna murder all of you. Like, they still hint at those other meanings of like, you were fucked. And I think what's unique about this one too is like the vampire, the devil, is basically offering you what's too good to be true. Like, just come with us, you'll live forever. This is the better side of this. This is the better side over here. They deliver that message a lot, which I thought was kind of unique, where they almost make you want to think like the vampires are the good guys because Stack is on board and they've got everybody. They all share memories and whatnot. My gripe, I asked you what yours was earlier, and it's not necessarily a gripe about the movie and how like this is a plot flaw or an error or this shit's unrealistic. I know it's a vampire movie, but like my problem is Grace with Bo go to get the car. He ain't coming back. Like what a dumb move by him. And then the main guy, I think Remick, talks about like I know how you like to be licked. Getting real personal and basically, says, I'm going to pay your daughter a visit. And then she starts going cuckoo. My problem is with her of either
0 to 100 real quick.
You leave and you go save your daughter and you try to take that risk. Or you sit in here until the sun comes up like Annie, the only person that was on any inclination that what was going on, tells you we just have to stay inside until the sun comes up and we'll be good to go. Don't fucking call them all in.
Right.
What a selfish play that. I mean, what was she going to gain out of that?
That's where I was saying
Absolutely
this goes
nothing.
to a horror movie, typical horror movie, really quick because you always have that dumbass.
Exactly.
Just,
you need something to move the plot around, or else they do sit in there all night. They have food, alcohol. Like, there's no reason to leave. Let the sun come up and figure it out from that point. But and that would be my gripe as well. And I think that's what brings it down a little bit, is that they kind of just throw everything out the window for a massive fight scene, which is awesome. Don't get me wrong. It just feels like a little out of place because of how they got to it. It's like
she went to like
it had to happen, but I agree.
She went to like asking him what to do, and he's like, "Just let me think about it." Like we just figured out 5 minutes ago.
There's vampires
here,
dude. Yeah,
and that there's vampires everywhere. Let me think about how we're going to do this. Like we just got. I think they just made all their weapons too, or was that?
Yeah.
So they just made all their weapons.
Like
let's come up with a game plan. Maybe Home Alone this shit to where we let them come in and then dump garlic on every door or whatever it is. Right. Instead, she just had no patience and just said, like every other horror movie,
and that
and then just gets absolutely clapped.
Mm-hmm.
She did nothing worse.
And that's the premise. Is like they could have set it up better of how they got in, rather than just a loose cannon screaming, come on in, essentially.
They should have Tremors it, where they were forced to leave to get something of value and like had to deal with it. I feel like that might have been a little better.
Like the fight should have taken place outside the sawmill.
Yeah, or like for them to get inside, someone had to leave or something like that. And they forced them to capture them, don't kill them.
Opening the doorway,
or something like
someone
that.
Was a vampire all along,
yeah.
Or like it's just to have them, one person that has the only reason to leave calls them all in. What are we doing?
I did
you just screwed everybody.
Yes, that's the one thing that's like typical. Like you said, the plot had to get somewhere. They could have done a better job there, but I did appreciate that Smoke and Sammy, when Perline and Annie went down, like they weren't going to let them go out like that.
Yeah,
like put them away. The vampires. I think when Annie dies is when Stack gets Mary out of there. Like they all feel some type of way. Stack gets Mary out of there. Looks like he leaves, but gets her out of there. There's like some kind of emotional connection that was still there when he puts Annie out. Like we just lost one of ours, and then Perline same way. You never really see her turn. But I think that the back end of it, when you've got big on big, the big on big fights, Sammy and Remick, and you've got Smoke and Stack. Remick or Sammy's basically getting just tossed around like a rag doll by Remick, essentially. And I kind of thought when he went in the water, he might be safe. I don't know why. My brain was like, okay, they can't swim.
I could see that. I mean, that safety in water is pretty typical, I feel like.
Yeah, and it wasn't. He got his ass and like was still right there.
He said, "That ain't holy."
And when they brought in, our, the high school football prayer that we did, our God who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. And then Remick just goes back to Sammy's beginning scene and just finishes it for him. It's like, this guy's the devil, and he's just reading this back to me. And then, tells him the story behind it, his backstory a little bit more. And then meanwhile, Smoke and Stack are fighting, and like, it's hard to tell who's winning.
Yeah.
Because it's both Michael B. Jordan. They're both wearing kind of the same outfits. You kind of have to look for the blood. But there are times in that fight where you really don't know, like, who's winning this fight. It kind of reminds me of Us a little bit, where it's like Us is based on I want to say the Nether, but that's not the right word. But
Ether.
No, it's like the Nether, something like that, where it's like the underground communities, like your mimic is underneath, they're not established, because they've been above ground. And like at the end of that movie, which I'm sure we'll watch at some point, like you don't know if it was her or was it her other that actually made it out alive. And that's kind of how you get the feel in this movie, is like you don't really know in that moment did Smoke or Stack, until obviously Smoke gets out to to help.
Yeah, he just shows up in the middle of the water. No one saw that, him running out of the barn towards everybody right behind him. Like,
now, yeah,
gripe number two. Gripe number two, right there.
I totally agree with that. Now, I think a lot of the followers are pretty focused on Remick, and kind of like Sammy was the target.
Right.
They made that pretty clear.
He does control all the vampires, so I understand them not doing anything, but you're knee deep in water, man.
Did Smoke get there before or after he stabbed him with the other half of the guitar, though? Because he hits him with the guitar and breaks it in half and puts the metal in his head, and all those people. Yeah, so all those vampires out there are like in pain.
They're affected. Yeah.
So I think that's when Smoke gets out there. But I don't know if Smoke is actually. I don't think Smoke's right there when Sammy puts the guitar in.
All we had to do is kill Remick.
Yeah, and they do. And Sammy puts the fucking guitar right in his chest, and they all set ablaze. Now, the other gripe I'd have is the sun comes up pretty fast, but like just kind of showcasing we got him.
Wait, that was a guitar that he put in his chest?
Yeah.
I thought it was a stake from how he killed his brother.
No, he
okay, so it was the
guitar gets broken in half, and then he grabs the.
That's what I was expecting. Yeah.
Kind of running away, and then.
Yeah. So that's where it kind of comes to a close, and the only two survivors were Sammy and Smoke. Out of the whole ordeal.
Smoke took a wooden dagger to his heart behind him.
You thought Smoke stabbed Remick?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, Sammy got his ass. But Smoke and Sammy, only two survivors, having the conversation about going home, getting the hell out of here. Smoke's got business to deal with. Maybe Smoke did stab him.
I think you're right. Yeah, he did. That's
what I was say. Thinking. Like, I'm pretty sure that's. I mean, Keith referenced it. How did he get in the water behind him?
Yeah, he was reaching for his other half as a guitar because he's about to get crushed. And
that's what I always thought. Like, ever since the beginning, I was like, this guitar is going right into his heart, and then all of a sudden it was Smoke with the freaking dagger.
Yeah, that's true. That's right.
Because I mean, otherwise, what's the point of Smoke being in the water behind him?
True. Yeah. But they only two that come out of it. Smoke tells Sammy to get home and basically get out of this shit. And Smoke's got a vendetta to pay out. Former vet soldier, and just mows him down.
Brings out the mystery crate. Shout out Call of Duty.
Oh,
opens that bad boy up. Bingo.
It's buried. He's got the sniper just picking him off, and then pulls the crate out of the ground with the Tommy gun in it and just fucking mowing him down. Now, it's always tough when you see those, and it's like there's so many dudes there that he's just standing in the open shooting. Now, accuracy back then, who knows? He's got a fully automatic Tommy gun from Capone and the boys up in Chicago. And he's just absolutely torching him. He does get shot. You get the flash or the scene where he shoots the main guy. He's walking or crawling around, and he asks for a cigarette. Tells him to die, and ends up kind of passing out. Sees Annie, sees his dead child
girl.
Was
Put
it a
that.
girl?
Yeah, I looked up the quote. Put that cigarette out
Yeah,
if you want to hold her.
yeah. And then he just unloads the whole clip into the guy, just buries him, and then he dies. Like I'm
Yep.
pretty sure Smoke dies. Okay. Um, and then we get back to Sammy, the opening scene, like I talked about, you and beginning to close. And he just refuses to drop the guitar. Geese, I know you asked about that. Did he drop the guitar? He just refuses to drop the guitar.
Yeah. I thought it went to black.
After he refused it, it went to black.
Okay. That's I was misremembering because I thought it went to black and then went from there. So that's where I was like, I couldn't remember.
Did you watch the?
Dude, I'm serious. Like, did you watch the after that?
Did you watch the mid credit scene?
Yes. I know that.
Okay.
Just that part of it, right before it goes
Never
to
lets
that,
it go.
is I couldn't remember if he ever let it go or not.
So he didn't because that was him.
I know.
So no, he didn't. You can assume he never.
The
dropped
sequence of the film is what I was questioning, not the after parts of it.
So he didn't drop it. He moved, had a very successful music career. And I know Trev asked us about the ending and what we're satisfied and whatnot and all that
What
good
was his
stuff.
question?
I think
there?
we kind of got into it. It was like, what did you guys think about the
Yeah.
ending?
Yeah.
I think he asked.
BRB.
He said, vampire effects with no sunlight.
Yeah, I was looking for it.
No need to be, or they need to be let into the building, which I think you already got into with. I can't remember the other movie you were talking about, but like they couldn't enter the building.
Yeah, well, that's vampire. Like that's everything. Yeah. So
label it as vampire. A vampire. Yeah. Like, are we satisfied with the ending? Was probably the big one.
I mean,
and I already said my piece.
Right.
Kind of.
I would say.
I think Brennan did too.
And
his gripe.
I'm not. Yeah. The gripe there is, just more of how they put it all together. But if we're talking about the theme of the movie, I think the ending makes sense.
You didn't like it?
No, I was indifferent to it.
I didn't.
It's kind of cheesy.
I was okay with it.
But what I was saying is that, like, if you take the themes that we've seen throughout the movie, it makes sense. Devil, God, and being so close to that, it follows you home, and then you find the light, and then they're still stuck. It's like they don't have a life. Like they're always going to be dead, really.
It's eternal at night too,
Right. It doesn't get to see the sun, so I think that works really well. I think my issue with the ending is that it goes back to, like, you're just using vampires as a means instead of focusing on, like, what story you're telling.
What did you, Chris, you said you didn't like it. What did you not like about that?
I mean, I think we kind of like talked about like the gripe with Grace just giving up and just, I could have taken 10, 15 more minutes of this movie if it was like trying to come up with a plan. Maybe she does screw it up in the end, but like maybe we come up with like a little bit of a plan instead of come on in, and then it's just like all hell breaks loose, literally.
No, I'm talking like the scene at the end when Sammy's old and Stack and Mary come back into his bar and they have that interaction. Have you guys not talked about this yet?
I just talked about it.
Yeah, Chris is talking about Grace. Like I'm talking, he said he didn't love the ending. Like I'm talking about that very end. Did you watch this scene when Mary and Stack came back, and it was years later, and Sammy was old, had a music career, he was gone, and then Mary.
Maybe I didn't catch that. I did see Sammy had a music career. There was more.
Stack and Mary. So the bar closes. Sammy's at the bar getting a drink, and his security guard basically comes up and says, "Hey, there's two people at the door. I know we're closed, but they want to come in for $100 or something." And he's like, "Let them in." And it's Stack and Mary who come into the bar, and they have a chat about Smoke told him you can never touch Sammy. So like they never came after Sammy, but Mary and Stack were still alive. They're the only two vampires that escaped. And they have a conversation about that. He's got the scars on his face. And then as they're leaving, they have a good chat, and basically Sammy's like, hey, or Stack might have asked him, I can't remember who asked who, but like, see you around or whatever. And it's like, outside of, the aftermath, that was, still one of the happiest days of my life, is what Sammy said. And he asked, what about you? And Stack said, best day of my life. And like they puts the shades on and they walk off into the. I thought the ending.
Well, yeah. See, I thought like after, because I was trying to get back and do some clips and shit, but I thought after, like just seeing Sammy playing the guitar years and years and years later, I thought that was just like
the credit scene,
cherry on top. Call it a day.
So you probably
I'll have to, I'll probably have to watch it again, because I thought the credits were like the time on it. I was like, that's a little long, but like the dude's playing music. That's So I feel like my rating might be a little jaded, but at the same time, like I don't know, I can't go higher than 90. I'll go high 80s for sure.
I just think that a lot of times that people bitch about movies, it's the ending, and like adding that snap in of Sammy years and years later,
which is great. But then there was even more, and I was like, shit, because I loved that part.
Yeah,
but I didn't realize there was that.
Yeah, and like he looks and he's like, oh shit, and then they sit down and have a drink and talk about the night, talk about where they've been. Smoke said never to touch you. Like Mary doesn't say a whole lot, but like they have an interaction, and then basically like, he's like, I don't have much time left, and Stack's like, I can help that. And he's like, for what I've seen in this world, I think I'm ready. Yeah, I think I've seen enough and I'm ready to go. And then they have one final send off about the night, and Stack's like, best night of my life. And it's like just a very, very, very good ending. I thought like unbelievable to add that, and I did not expect that whatsoever when I watched it the first time. I saw the same thing you did.
I didn't either. Now I'm pissed at myself because I thought Geese didn't even see that part, like the music.
No, I didn't. Either. And what I'm complaining about is just that like you bring them back. Now he's old. Like that's just kind of cheesy, but it works
I didn't expect
with this film. It works with this film to bring it like from from the theme of what we talk about, the devil, God, everything, to bring it back here, and then you see the outcome of those decisions.
Yeah,
is what's good. Just the the way they went about it is just kind of tale old as time type thing. Like, oh, see him when he's old now, but it works.
I'll give you a cheat code, Crit, because when I'm in movies and theaters or now at home.
No, trust me, I watch Marvel movies. I know about fucking cutscenes.
I'm just saying,
very disappointed in myself on this one.
Every single time I'm in a movie, as soon as it ends and the credits start playing, usually when they start scrolling up that it's over. If they start flashing names and they disappear,
and it's more of like a movie with a name here, name there, that's
then you can
kind of what I looked at Avatar too. Yeah. I didn't see that.
But I'll Google as soon as the movie's over. Yep. I Google, is there a mid or post credit scene in this movie? And if it says no, I get up and leave.
Yep, I did that at Avatar.
Yeah, because everybody waits, but I'm like, I want to get the fuck out of here, and I want to be the first one at the urinal.
Yeah, but I'm Googling that shit. The moment that movie ends, and that's why I'm like, are you fucking serious? I thought him playing the fucking guitar was it. I think I was like cooking dinner too. Yeah. And I was like, all right, well, this movie's over. Time
you'll have to listen to that. It's pretty cool.
That sucks.
Cool little roundup.
Yeah, I'll probably go turn it on. Well, maybe not when Lindsay's around because she hasn't seen it yet. But yeah, shit.
That's not a part you want to showcase to the end, but 2 5 out of 5s for me in 2025. I did say one of my goals of the new year was to rate every movie I watched. So who knows if I watched a movie at home that I didn't rate that I maybe would have given a 5, but I knew these two probably had potential. And when I watched them, I gave them a 5. Now, granted, I went in thinking 5, but I also went in thinking 4.5, 5 for weapons, and I ended up on a 4. So I'd like to think I've stayed true. I don't think I have any sort of reason behind the 5. It's just kind of a personal feeling. I think everybody's different. But 2 5 out of 5 Sinners and F1 of 2025. Excited to see what 2026 brings for 5 out of 5 movies. Early predictions: The Odyssey's got very, very big hype. And a lot of other movies to come out.
That one might let some people down, I feel like.
I think when you have that much hype, it's like
exactly.
Yeah, it's hard.
I'm pumped for it though.
Christopher Nolan, though, man, like he doesn't let you down very often. Yeah. Awesome series. Would have a tough time. I think I'll just take the cop out and we'll rank them. Sinners F1, 1A, 1B. I'll cop out. I think I said it earlier, but personal enjoyability would maybe lean F1. Better movie, Sinners. So maybe, 1A, F1, 1B, Sinners. And then I would probably say Weapons, Roofman. But I would put Roofman above Weapons when you think about the actual thing that happened. Unreal story, but movie based. I'd probably go, F1, Sinners, Weapons, Roofman. Unbelievable series. I'm glad we did this.
I'll go Sinners, F1, Weapons, Roofman.
Yeah. Crit.
I feel like my rating on Sinners just got completely sidetracked because I didn't watch the last fucking 2 minutes of the goddamn movie or some shit. But I think I would still go Sinners 1, F1 2, Weapons, then Roofman.
Yeah. And then again, I think that goes with the way that the word shows.
The sound for both Sinners and F1 is just top fucking tier.
Yeah.
Those are close. Like, it is a very close one, too.
And they're both nominated for those reasons, too. So I'm glad we did this. I'm excited to make this a reoccurring theme every December. I know we're into January now, but I'm happy we did it. But I don't know what you guys want to call the next theme. We've got new wheels for you. We've got a new spin on the wheel. But like just the director wheel or...
Yeah, I mean, it's a director wheel. It's just that each of us picked a director and then 4 movies for each director so that it's more centralized to, you don't have 40 directors out there.
So do you want me to say episode 1 of we each picked a director, 4 different directors. We didn't centralize
director's choice.
Episode 1.
You got it.
Yeah. Like, that's what I mean. Like, we each picked a director. The Butter Boys Director's Choice series. I don't know.
Yeah, I like that one.
We've got some wheels ready to go. We've got
Butter's Choice.
The Butter's Choice Awards of directors. We've got a wheel to go for the director names that we picked. And we've got 4 individual wheels of 4 different movies from said director. The way it's going to work is
we're going to... I got a vampire behind me. Look at that. Crazy ass.
The way
he just wants to get out.
We're going to spin the wheel. It's going to land on one of our directors, and then we're going to spin the other wheel for the 4 movies that were selected for said director, and then that director will then be taken off the wheel to then, go into the next spin next week. So, the Butter Boys Director's Choice picks. I don't know. It's like it's a long name, but and a new spin on how we want to do the wheel. But
I think we'll figure it out in 4 weeks.
Yeah, moving on to the wheel spin, showcasing the directors that were chosen. We've got Mel Brooks, Stanley Kubrick, Christopher Nolan, and Bong Joon-ho as the 4 directors that were chosen. If you guys are movie fans and you know multiple movies by these people, good for you. If you don't, we didn't know them all either. So, just trying to add a little pizzazz to the wheel spin, trying to get everybody's opinions and different movie genres, selections, criterias, preferences added to the wheel, and shaking things up a little bit after 2 of the last 3 months being specifically themed at holidays. So yeah, the Butter Boys Director's Choice picks, episode 1. What we landing on here?
Maybe Trav will have an idea.
Yeah. I'm gonna say Stanley Kubrick just because Trav's not here.
Mel Brooks.
Give me Yell Nats.
Stanley. 2 for Stan. It's 2 for Stan, 1 for Mel. Let's spin that bad boy. Who are we starting with here? We got the long anticipated spin here. Looks like Christopher Nolan.
Bingo.
That's a powerhouse out the gate.
I was looking at Kurt's face for a second to see if the thing was gonna just.
Are we removing me or are we keeping me? That's
remove.
I guess.
Remove. It's gone.
Remove.
We can always bring it back.
Now we go
4.
to.
If we bring it back and my director doesn't get picked, I'm leaving the podcast.
Okay, that's fine. I was just saying, like, if people wanted, like, if something didn't hit,
yeah,
we can give people the vote. So I got this, and for Geese's sake, I'm going to spin this bad bitch slow.
We got the slow spins. So Christopher Nolan was selected. For those that do not watch the video, Christopher Nolan movies. Critter picked 4 movies from Christopher Nolan. We've got Dunkirk, Oppenheimer, Interstellar, and Inception. I would say 4
lineup. What a lineup! You cannot really go wrong
here. No, and it sounds like we got a slow spin here, boys. So, yeah, I don't know. When
I'm going to change the seconds that it spins, so you could say slow, and I could change it to like 1. Oh, this is going to be a doozy of a pod.
Yeah, God, talk about an absolute mind bender. Kicking off the Butter Boys Director's Choice picks with Christopher Nolan's Inception, which I have not watched in a long time, and I think when I did watch it the last time, I still didn't understand it. Or there's a lot of questions left to be unturned. Talk about kind of starting off with a bang.
Someone's chewing on something. What are you doing there, bud?
We just talked about Christopher Nolan prior. I should have been known. We might have been doing some natural foreshadowing when talking about the Odyssey, but Christopher Nolan's Inception, kicking off the series to be named that right now is called the Butter Boys Director's Choice Awards, or Butter Boys Director's Choice Picks, with Critters pick Christopher Nolan Inception. Let me get a quick Google in here to give you guys an idea. I'm sure a lot of you that are movie watchers have probably seen it. But a 2010 sci-fi action film that I already said was quite the mind bender. So excited for that. If you guys went and saw HBO Max, nice. Don't have to fucking scream.
Oh yeah.
HBO Max coming to collect for the last 3 movies: Weapons, Sinners, now Inception. HBO Max on the board. But ladies and gents, thanks for listening to the Best of Butter Boys 2025 movie picks. I know we probably missed on some, didn't watch all the ones we picked. A lot of awards going to movies that we did not see, or maybe weren't even on the wheel. But one of my favorite categories we've done, because it was just nonstop bangers and movies we wanted to watch again, movies we hadn't seen, had a lot of selections on the board. And I know we talked about it, but got some ideas for the Oscars coming up. The Critics' Choice Awards already happened. I think Michael B. Jordan was robbed. I haven't seen Marty Supreme, but Timothée Chalamet got Best Actor at the awards. And I looked up the stat during the pod. Now it's Google AI, so trust it at your own will. But 70 to 80% of the time, that award directly reflects on who's going to win the best actor at the Oscars. So Chalamet probably winning another one for that. So going to put that one on the list for things I need to watch. But thanks for listening, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed the Best of 2025 Butter Boys Selection Series, moving into the Director's Choice Awards from your Butter Boys here, and 4 directors of, 4 kind of totally different films on each wheel. But guys, get out in the movie theaters. We didn't watch a movie this week. Talked about 28 years later, Bone Temple. If you're like me and you watch the old school movies, it's been a long time since they came back out. Got amped up for the first one, and it just flopped in your face. Pause. We all together need to watch the trailer for the new one and just get you sucked right back into the Bone Temple. So I'll have that review to you guys next week on Friday, and we will be watching Inception, a total mind fuck of a movie. Excited to watch this one again. It's been a long time, and hopefully we might not even know what we're talking about next week. But when you guys sit down on your couch and you pop that thing on HBO Max, you get your ass in your seat and you're watching the Bone Temple next week with me and want to hear what I thought about it, sit down, grab your shorty pop, get your goddamn popcorn, and do not forget your extra butter. We'll catch you on the next one.
Extra butter on the corn for me. Extra butter. I hope they don't charge a fee. But it won't matter anyway. I got a good movie to play. I'm gonna ask my friends to stay extra butter for me.